just don't know where.
You can pull up.
On all three?
Alright, here we go. Alright, we're on Twitch.
Actually, did you set the category for Twitch?
No, but Twitch is already going, so.
Okay, that's fine.
And Facebook?
Facebook too.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
All right, guys. What is going on? Episode 2. Here's your glasses. Of With All Disrespect. We call it the WADCast. You can call it With All Disrespect. You can call it whatever you want as long as you're in here and enjoying yourself. I am Derek.
Brianna.
Corey?
James Michael.
And his name is hyphenated. That's why he said it like that. Well, anyways, today we are going to be discussing a bunch of shit, actually.
Enyo wants us to talk about Mario Maker too.
I haven't checked out Mario Maker 2 yet, Enyo, so I couldn't give you... I'm not really a fan, though, to be honest. But, okay. So today we're going to be talking about all different types of... some of the laws that just got passed with the abortion, so be it late term, early term, even post-birth abortions. We're going to be talking about body dysmorphia and different kind of syndromes and things like that, or diseases, as people probably say, that people deal with. I think we got body modifications on there too. Yep. I'll probably talk about augmentations too, like titty implants, butt implants, and all that. First off, actually, let me ask you guys: how are we sounding to you guys? For whoever's in here.
Let's see.
No, wait a second. Okay, well, we'll keep going. If we need to turn it up, please tell us, and we'll be able to adjust to it. So let's get started. We want to jump in with the laws.
We can start with the laws.
All right. So me and Brianna were looking around or whatever while we were just sitting around, and we figured out, or we saw. Do you want to talk about Roe, whatever it was?
The Roe vs. Wade Act.
Yep.
So apparently in 1973, there was some lady who wanted to get an abortion, and basically they were trying to say she couldn't. So they passed the Roe vs. Wade Act in 73 to protect women's rights with guidelines against like heartbeats, viabilities, those kinds of things. And that new law that just passed on the same exact day.
Yeah, to the day, like
January
what, like 40 years or something.
Oh, wow.
That's
crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay, so which one was she? Was she Roe or Wade?
Oh, here we go.
I think she was Roe.
We don't know. All right. Well, basically, it was to give guidelines and rules to being able to have abortions or whatever, right? And in today's iteration of it, I guess, or the narrative of right now is that men are being in the forefront or foreground of the conversation instead of sitting back and taking the backseat, listening to women who are the ones who would be affected more so. Not saying guys wouldn't be, but women are really the ones taking the brunt or whatever of the issue.
Yep.
As a woman, lead this one.
As a woman,
You're leading it.
there should be way more women in this room.
Well,
I have a couple of questions before we even start.
Do it.
Okay, and Roe versus Wade, who was saw in favor? Her?
Roe won.
So she won.
She won 7-2. 7
Okay.
votes to 2.
And with the laws that were passed, I just want basic
Who
guidelines.
poured these shots?
James. I just want basic guidelines. So
Hold on, I'll be right back.
in case that rule, you can go up to where it says, because it just said unruly. It's right here. It was. Don't even say that it's constitutional with regard to the fetus.
Yeah. So it basically just gives her the right to say what she wants to do with her body.
Her body.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
it's my body. I say yes or no. You can't tell me.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Fair.
Is she wrong?
I just want to know who thinks it was a coincidence that
Written in black and
that law
white.
came in during the same.
It's
like,
fair.
Yeah.
Mother's womb. I'm not saying that it's saying mother's choice here. That's my only problem.
So it's saying it gives the woman right.
It gives the woman the right. That's all I need to make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, men make this law that says.
Men are making all the laws on abortion.
Oh, well, men make. Well, yeah. Okay.
Making them all, or we voting on them and our votes count?
Well,
Just as
Oh
much,
no, they
if
rate
not
them.
more?
They rate them
Yeah.
too.
You sound real good right now, James. You sound real good. Guys, doesn't he sound good? Like his own little sussy voice. It's James at night. You're nasty.
All right. PJ said he can hear us clearly.
Hi, PJ. What's up, man? It's fine. You know, you and your stupid friends last night.
Oh God.
I wasn't invited.
Somebody's feeling us type of
It's
way.
okay. I don't like to drink.
Yo,
Hold on, hi. Yeah, all right. With
that's
that
all
being
right. I
said,
don't like to go out
we
anyways.
got cheers to PJ. PJ and the team. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So, my
He
take.
said chill.
Hey, man, it's all in good fun, brother. So my take on it, in all honesty, is the same thing like we said before. I think we've all had this conversation somewhat. My biggest issue with this, and it will always be, is that from the beginning, our rule was what? To separate church and state, right? A lot of these men or people or people who are talking about this in the government or whatever, who are voting, are like, it's not the Christian thing to do or whatever. Let's separate church and state.
But here's my thing about that, right?
Yep.
I feel that that's like bull because I don't think
You
that
feel what's bull?
those guys, I don't feel they're religious. I feel that they use the Bible to push an agenda.
Yes.
Because a religious person usually would be like, still, okay, I see where she's coming from. Everyone here knows a religious person who believes in God who probably had an abortion at one point or another. Like, but these guys use the Bible, and they don't even practice the Bible.
Who used the Bible?
The people who push these laws.
Okay.
They don't even follow the Bible, but they use the Bible to control or push an agenda on a person.
Because the Bible is the best weapon known to man.
Exactly.
Of course. We know that. We've had many awards, many lives lost to it, but that's not the topic because that can be another one day. But,
Yeah.
Brianna,
But
can you?
They're
hold on.
not separated.
Does church and state?
No. The abortion law and
Oh,
the
yeah. No.
use of the Bible
For sure,
to
for sure,
push
for sure.
these agendas.
Like the reason of it. Yeah.
Exactly.
What were you just gonna ask?
Can you give me some of those statistics that you had from 2014 or something?
Yeah. So
Because like the numbers on this were ridiculous. It was like in 2014 it was almost 1 million. Like it was like
I took
900,000 or something like that. But
Yeah.
I had no idea it was that bad. But now
900,000 what?
900,000.
it was 926,200
Abortions?
abortions.
So
That's
Wow.
not, if you from when to where?
2014.
Just but how many children were born? You see, like
I have to look.
it's a. I mean, that's a
But
lot.
it says so. That's only from 30 states.
Right. I mean,
We're still missing.
that's a lot.
information.
But if you look at the overall like births that year,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a shadow.
Okay, but do you guys know? Have you guys looked and like learned about the different laws in the different states?
yeah, what hold on.
teach.
I want to see what your general consensus or what your thought was like when you heard about the
The Reproductive Act.
Reproductive Act, the Heartbeat Act, and all that. What did you think about
The
it?
one that just came out in January.
Do you remember when it
That
passed
caused all
overnight?
that shit.
That that one, yeah, that one came out overnight with the voting and shit. Like no one knew about it.
Oh, my
A Christmas
thought.
tree.
My thought.
I
was
told you
simple.
about those.
Basically.
It was simple. Men shouldn't be making laws on women.
Yeah, but what do you think? Like, what do you think it was gonna be or be about?
I didn't have a thought about it. When I read it, I was like, oh, okay. Well, obviously, this is going to be another step in the right direction. I mean, I thought we did it right when we got gay marriage right. You know, you did gay marriage. You know, now we're thinking about women. And then they're like, no, we're going to continue this war.
So what do you think it should have been then?
The climate's different than
Okay,
when
all
gay
right. So,
marriage came
Brianna,
in.
you want to tell them what the law is so we can piggyback off that?
Which law? The Reproductive Health Act.
Just
And
run
then we
through
can
them
do
all.
the heartbeat, yeah.
So, it's hard. They're all over the place, but so the Roe Act itself, so that's where it started from, is pretty much that minors don't need parental consent to have abortions.
Oh.
So that's what the Roe Act is. But
Well, didn't the Roe Act set the standard for abortions altogether too?
yeah,
So
but that's so the the actual Roe Act was that minors don't need their parental consent so they can go and have an abortion
Right.
and continue with their lives.
Fair.
That's fair.
But there's like so many, like Mississippi, Ohio,
Oh,
Georgia,
God. Mississippi's
like
probably
they're
rough.
so
Mississippi's was bad,
It's-
and I
they're
think
all bad.
Alabama's was real bad.
Can
So
right?
you
Georgia's
start? I was gonna
abortion
say, can
law-
you start
yeah.
start with the worst?
Those
So
Bible
Just
thumping
read down it,
states.
read
yeah,
down
so
it.
they're all pretty bad.
Oh, okay.
But Georgia has the fetal heartbeat law, which it says like at the slightest heartbeat,
So-
no abortion.
So as soon as there's a heartbeat, the baby's
cannot
heart,
abort.
the baby's heart
Um,
goes and forms what?
Yeah,
2
that's what I was
months.
about to ask. Like, when
Uh,
does this heart
It's
start
2 months,
being
so
detected?
maybe- maybe like 6 to 8
between
weeks.
4 to 5 weeks.
4
is
to
the
5 weeks when you
earliest
first have a
that
heartbeat.
heartbeat. Like
Wow.
this is saying like.
Listen,
even,
man,
like,
I
little-
had a kid and I still don't know this shit, bro.
Even little flickers of life.
Yeah, is what they're
is,
counting
like,
as a heartbeat.
You can't abort. And this passed. So in January 2020, it's gonna be a law.
I'm really hoping that like something could get reversed because that's a lot of. I mean, I hate to say this, but that's a lot of rape babies, man.
Participates in it? Like, does the abortion, they go to jail?
So
Yeah.
yeah, 99
Like,
years.
yeah. Like,
That's
The
some
doctor.
crazy- and that's
Yeah.
federal
But
or is that the state?
The reason why this
I
passed
think
is
that's the
because
state.
of the Life Act. The Life Act is living infants, fairness, and equality.
The-
So that means every life deserves to live. So
Can I give one sec?
What?
That's such bullshit.
Well, yeah,
Because
I was
the
gonna say.
moment you're born, they stop caring about
Yeah.
you. Look at how
Right.
many
Yeah.
homeless people there
Right.
are. Look at how like quick they are to forget the vets and stuff. We care about you when you're in the womb, but the moment you can start paying taxes, you become
yeah.
a number. They
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
care.
of course.
That's just a convenient like
So wait,
stance to control women. That's what it
Yeah.
is. It's to control women.
Yeah. Oh,
From,
yeah. and
from the beginning, that's what it
Exactly.
was.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of the times with a lot of issues, like even with the subject we were talking about last week was with like the rape and stuff. We should never turn away a woman who feels she was wronged or victim shamed from the beginning.
Right.
I know it's better or it's the safer thing to err on the side of caution, right?
Yeah.
So with this situation, I think it's one of those things where as men, it's like yeah, we want the best scenario or outcome that we can do, right? But who's to say that just because you think it's the best, that is right for this person? Like everybody is their own individual and got their own shit that's going on, right?
Exactly.
So in the end, I think it's like one of those. Do you as men like do you take that back seat and you let women or make it an individual like case by case? Like I know and one of the laws that we had read about that it was if there's a baby that has any kind of a deformation or a birth defect or
They
anything
have
like
to
that.
live. That's such
No.
bullshit.
Some of them, the law protects that where they can be terminated.
What state?
Yeah.
I can't tell you exactly what
Ohio.
state off the top. Ohio or
Because
something like
some
that. But
states were like, oh,
So
you
a
got
lot-
raped, you have to have the baby.
A lot of
boy, that's a lot
no.
of states. Are
That's
doing that.
because a lot of people making laws are raping.
No, but a lot of these states.
I can see
It's
I
the
can see
truth. It's the truth.
Incest.
And you know
have
what
to keep it.
happens?
Like, it's
And you know what
ridiculous.
happens?
You know
They
what?
can sue him, and then he has to pay for that abortion because he raped her. But now, if you protect yourself, oh, now you gotta do that payment by yourself, and I don't have to pay you.
But now you can't even get an abortion.
Oh, and you can't get an abortion.
Yeah.
now you have to keep the
that's
reminder.
That's where I have the issue is like the rape thing and whatnot. But
But
we
again,
were reading these
control.
motherfuckers have laws that still put in place or save the people raping, like incest, like the incest babies and stuff.
Yeah.
But they need incest babies
Why?
for medical reasons.
Elaborate.
elaborate on that
elaborate
one.
on that. I can't.
So-
Elaborate.
So if we have incest babies, a lot of times they have genetic disorders. They need developmental delays and all that stuff. So the hospitals get more money because they're gonna need. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna
I
be
don't
more
think
medically
the
involved.
hospitals had anything to do with these laws. In all honesty, I don't.
The
Because
government, it's bigger than that.
right, but the government. Here's my
The government is the hospitals.
It's like
Exactly.
the hospitals don't really pay the government like that. You get what I'm saying? Like they do, but they more pay for laws to pass. Like that's
Yeah.
why they can't tell you. Like if you're going for a surgery, your doctor legally cannot tell you the price of your surgery
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, like there's a
until
market for it.
after
yeah.
the surgery. And the doctors didn't choose that.
Yeah.
It's the heads of the hospitals who lobbied for that.
Yeah.
I do not see a hospital going, yeah, if our doctors perform an abortion, they're going to jail. That's just bad business.
Mm.
It's the people in charge of the laws who like use these to control their populace
Yeah.
that are making these decisions. And it's just you see how they see you when you see these laws pass.
See how they see you. Like a person, like a number instead of a person like cattle. Yeah.
I'm already in. You can't do anything. I'm gonna push my agenda. It's like why these states are like they're their own countries.
Yeah.
Like we are a country, but you go to like Mississippi, and let's say you have like an ounce of pot, you're going to jail.
Yeah. So yet again, as men, we did it again. We just took the conversation and we made it what we wanted from Brianna, the only female in the podcast. So I feel we should hear more from you. You want to throw any more like topics or whatever, or any statistics that you found,
I mean,
and piggyback off of it.
yeah, so let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we get your opinions?
Yeah. Female.
My opinion is we should be able to do what we want with our bodies.
Absolutely.
All together.
Because, yeah,
Okay. So let me throw the scenario out.
tell me.
In all fairness, and I'm sure and a lot of people can relate, there are times where people are trying to do adult things, and by adult things, I mean fucking. Now,
Trying to fuck.
that's what relax. So, that was James. Yo, that's James last week. So, anyways, a lot of people are out here doing adult things, but aren't ready for the potential outcome.
Consequences.
Now, these people don't think or realize that you're not taking the proper steps to make sure that something like that doesn't happen. So you're not using birth control, you're not using protection, you're just trying to get your nut off. Whatever, we were all young, dumb, and full of whatever. But see, why you gotta do that?
Gum.
Hello,
Come with the C.
relax.
Oh, you nasty.
You nasty. But yeah, so like those people not taking like that into consideration. That's where I have an issue with it. Where it's like, a dude trying to push it on a female like to get an abortion because he doesn't want the child or he's not ready or whatever like that. That's where I have an issue. Or the female gets an abortion because shit ain't working out with the dad or the potential father. That's where I have an issue. So stop doing these adult fucking things if you ain't ready to take care of whatever responsibilities may or may not come out of it.
Adult things have adult choices.
Listen,
You're not ready for.
And don't get me wrong, I'd be the first person to advocate or talk for or root for the motherfucker getting it. I hope you get whatever thing you try for, and I hope she wanted to and she enjoy it. I'm rooting for everybody to go and fuck. Do it safe, do it right, and make sure that you're ready for whatever might come out of it.
If you're not ready for the consequences, don't do the action.
James can't drink. He got yelled at.
It's that simple.
No, I'm just kidding.
I ain't yelled at.
James got yelled at.
Randy and Mommy, both on.
Who's Randy?
Randy.
Which
The
one?
only Randy you know.
Randy.
Little bitch Randy?
What?
PJ's friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Randy, you a little bitch.
I don't know you, but shout out to Randy.
All right, Randy's the man. He's cool.
I
But no,
know
seriously.
you.
I just hate that narrative where it's like, oh, the girl, like a guy pushes the narrative of a girl getting an abortion because he's not ready or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't have fucked.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Or when you fucked, you should have took the precautions.
Or a lot of the females.
In all honesty,
A lot of the
You're
females
being a man.
that trap
Oh,
guy.
yeah, it's
Hold
like
on, hold
when you
on.
tag it and they lock their
But
legs.
wait, no, they trap the guy, right? So
I hate
now
that.
you're
Then
pregnant.
Yeah.
Your relationship's starting to get a little rocky. Now you're like, fuck this shit. I don't want the baby.
Yeah.
Because it's not working. It didn't work to trap the
So,
guy, so now
still
I
her
don't want
choice.
it.
I even though I hate this situation.
I'm with you. No, yeah. I know
still
it's
her choice.
it's a choice thing. I'm just saying more so the preventative, like beforehand. Like we shouldn't even get that far with that conversation
I agree.
happening. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like I'd still think it would be a conversation for the two of them. I don't think the government should be involved in anything like that.
Also,
You wasn't there when he was
Definitely a
fucking. Why you there
conversation
now?
for both of them.
also, what about needing both parents to sign consent? Because there's a
No.
lot of times.
Is that a thing?
Hold on. I'm just saying.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of times where
Go
the
ahead.
woman would go and just get the abortion without talking to the father.
We-
That's not fair
Listen,
either.
that's not cool because listen, as a man,
Alright,
like
I'm-
hold on, because now she's speaking on the part where the guy wants the baby too, and now
she.
in the end, it shouldn't be like, oh, I want or don't want or whatever. But in the sense where the guy didn't have a choice or whatever, how fucked up is that?
It's very fucked up, and I'm talking like
I know you're literally on the
I-
point where it's like you think the girl, it should be the
her
girl's
choice.
decision.
yes, and I'm a person
You
who's
don't-
like
you-
completely 100%. If I got a woman pregnant, I'm there.
Okay.
If
So
she says no, well, that's where my
your
my
mic.
say stops. That's legit where my say stops. It's not her.
Okay.
It's not my body.
So-
I'm gonna make her carry that child for 9 months.
No.
Like that's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
I'm
but-
saying is,
so do you think it's a conversation at all?
it's absolutely a conversation.
So do you think it? So you think it should be more than just, oh, I don't want it, so I went and got an abortion.
12
Deal
seconds.
with it now.
Go
press.
I like
Hurry.
no. I
7.
feel like absolutely.
click
Me
it.
and her should
Press,
sit
press
down.
like the dialogue thing on the wheel.
Hurry.
The wheel.
1, go.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Did it? It didn't work.
Oh, it works.
Yeah, safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Me and her should absolutely have a
Corey, push it
conversation.
a little more towards James. Just a little bit. Sorry, guys. Right there. Perfect. You're good.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Like, we should have a conversation.
Yeah, it's
and
hot
I
though.
hope
Right? Shit.
that
Hold
she's
on.
mature enough for that conversation.
Hold on, it's hot. I'm like burning.
Is it on AC or fan?
I mean, I get it. It's her body. She can do what she wants, but it's not fair that, you're a grown woman until he's, nope, this is going to ruin my life. I don't want it. But how is that fair? Because it took two of you to make the baby. And if she decided to keep that baby, that's her narrative.
Yeah.
I didn't make this baby by myself.
That's okay. Like I said, if I want that baby and she says no, and we have this conversation, at the end of the day, I can't change her mind and I can't force her.
Should we do a
The-
shot every time
but-
the timer goes off?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, in the reverse, if she wants the baby and I don't want that baby, there's a whole nother conversation.
Okay, but you feel you have equal say in the sense, like, if you want it or not. If she says, I want it or not, you go with what she says.
What I'm saying, right?
If you don't want it, she has to get an abortion now?
No.
Talking to your mic.
What I'm saying is like,
Me?
Both of you.
Whatever.
how do I word this with and make it easy to like swear you don't have to like decipher it, because this is a tough one. Like, you know what I mean? This is one where it's like,
You see her fix it every time? Go ahead.
so
Dickhead.
I'll put it like this, right?
I'm about to put this fan behind me, bro.
Me and her had
Derek's
this.
going through menopause.
Metapod. Metapod.
Alright.
Derek got that Metapod.
Go ahead, James.
And
Sorry.
this is a different conversation, but it's a connected conversation, in my opinion. Right? I don't want this child.
Yep.
Right? Where does the law protect you if you decide you don't want the child completely, and you guys like had this absolute conversation?
Who's you? The dad or mom?
You and the mom.
Okay.
Because like child support, right?
Yeah.
I feel
It's coming out of your pocket.
yeah, it's always it's absolutely coming out of my pocket, but there should be like a conversation on that too.
All right, so here's my question.
And I think the law like is kind of like hard on the man in this one. Like, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
More or less, you're gonna lose.
Well, most times it should, like you said, be heavier favor towards the woman in a sense, because she's the one carrying, she's the one. In the end, like, and I hate to throw this out there, but you got a lot of dudes that just go ghost and deadbeat, right? So in the end, it would be her and her family potentially, if they're still there, watching or taking care of this baby.
Right.
Now, a lot of the times for me, I have not an issue, but a problem for me is when people think, oh, I can't do this, I can't support or give this baby a good or decent life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they know this or whatever, yeah, adoption's an option. But
it
if you
costs
could,
so much to adopt a child.
if you can stop it early or whatever. At the same time, like I said, as much as it bothers me, I might not like it because it's a life. It's not my place to make that decision.
Yeah.
If she knows she cannot support this baby, and this baby might end up one night dying of starvation, or dying of dehydration, or whatever it might be.
Or she's on drugs and she
Yeah, I'm saying like
has a
whatever.
home.
Yeah, whatever the scenario could be where this baby would not live a decent
I
or
want to jump
somewhat
off
good
of that
life.
real quick before we
It's
go
not my
too
place.
far from it.
It's not my place to be, yes, you can do this, or no, you can't do this. As a man or as a person in general, I think it's situational, or you go by the individual, and they try and do the best outcome that they can.
Yeah.
Simple as that for me.
And this is, it might sound fucked up, but let's be honest. She kind of has to be sure she can take care of that baby without you, because a lot of men are deadbeats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
And if she can't look at that, like look at her finances or whatever, and say without him,
Yep.
even if he wants to stay in the picture,
Yep.
how many men have been around for years and then eventually just walked out?
True.
That all of a sudden that financial security is just gone,
Yeah.
and she can't take care of this child, and the child's what, 7, 8?
Yeah,
That's 10 years now where she has to like deal with it by
herself.
by herself.
Yeah.
And I'm not throwing it on a woman, but if a woman looks at it, right, and she goes, without you, I can't take care of this child,
Yeah.
I'd rather not risk it,
Not have a child. Yeah.
then yeah, guess what? You got to take that
But-
loss, and that's painful. That's a person
As much as we
who
don't,
wants to be involved with their children talking.
no. As much as we don't or may not like it, in the end, it has to be by the individual situation, by the like, you know what I mean, by the case. And go ahead.
I do agree that, I feel like that needs to be an early conversation, though. I don't agree with these late-term abortions and all that stuff.
Oh, let's
All
get
right,
into that.
as you just said, that needs to be an early conversation.
Yeah.
My early conversation is, listen, not a dollar from me goes to abortion. If you want to kill that baby, that's on you.
That should be your right.
That
Yeah, it is.
that's how
I
I
think it
am.
absolutely
That's how
is.
I am. So like okay, if you don't want the kid,
Do you Jimmy up? Dan, you took too long. You took too long on that.
I don't.
Okay,
I don't
hold
like that.
on.
here and
Too
there.
wishy-washy.
So if you
We're
don't,
gonna have this
if
conversation.
you
Let's
do
go.
not jimmy up,
Right.
That's a problem.
and you end up having a baby, not you, because I know you'd be like,
Right.
yeah, let's have a baby.
Hold on,
I-
hold on, hold on.
Right.
She decides
Let's not
no.
use the term Jimmy.
Then if she
Thank you,
decides
Derek.
no,
Thank you.
I screwed up.
then
My
she
bad.
decides
decides
to then she decides to kill.
However, have you guys had a previous conversation?
This is our previous conversation. This is how it would come up. Like,
No,
if, like
that's-
we can't. We
How-
wait, after
if
after
Corey's saying
after
he
I
sets-
bust in her, yo, listen.
Why are you?
Oh, I don't pay for abortions. Like, how
Why are
do
you breaking in women, bro?
That-
I busting her?
that's
Yeah,
a-
why are
that's-
you doing it in them?
That's the
bro?
problem.
That's
That's-
that's
well-
the issue.
well, what I'm
Where's
saying-
the preventative part?
Pull
You-
out, motherfucker, pull out.
I get that. I get that. I,
Clearly
listen,
not.
I'm not.
He's
just- he's like,
hold
eh,
on,
it's just-
let me
it's
make
a-
it clear.
it's a
Let me make it
suggestion.
clear. I ain't
Accidents
just busting
happen.
anybody.
Accidents
Hey,
happen.
easy, yo. Easy.
No, like-
Easy, dog.
Listen,
Yo.
for some people, they're accidents.
I'll fight you.
I deal with it every day, and I ask the question,
All right.
was this a planned pregnancy or was she a surprise? And they say,
You know, well.
Okay.
know,
All right.
Santa
So
came
here's
early.
my question. Here's my question. Would it be wrong for me to say, yo, listen, as much as just like I said, I don't pay for abortion,
yeah.
right? So if you wanna abort, that's on you. But if you don't wanna keep the baby, I'll take care of it. You know what I mean? So
But then she then has to take. She
running your
she
mic-
then
not
has to
running this mic
sustain.
weird
if
and
you
shit.
look, it's in
but
my
sh-
face.
She then has
That's
to
the
sustain
problem. See,
that
now it's in my
pregnancy.
face.
Oh, my bad, you're right.
She then has to sustain that pregnancy for 9 to 10 months,
Oh, okay.
Just
I know I
to-
don't speak for that shit.
give birth and give you the baby.
All right, if you don't want to waste your time, go ahead. Put
I
your money
feel
to it.
You set
I'm saying
yourself
that's
up
what she's gonna.
Because
for like
I
this-
don't pay for it.
because you don't even have this conversation before you go
All
on
right,
wrong.
all right. All right, let's. That's perfect. Hold on.
Like I said, I'm
Stop.
not going in
Hold
any
on.
old thing raw.
That's
Like
what I'm saying.
That's,
Hold on. Before all you young
Can
all
anyone
you
confirm or
people
deny?
going into
Oh,
bitches.
everybody could confirm
Sorry.
and deny.
All you people going into these
You can
women
deny it.
raw and shit, cut it out.
Y'all dumb
Stop. Because
motherfuckers.
it's one of two things that might or could happen to you. One, you could get her pregnant, and two, you could be walking around with something that she had that you didn't know about.
And your dick fall off.
Oh,
in the morning.
you're piss fucking fire, gangrene, crotch.
Right on TFA, tell them.
Just cut it out altogether, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Right?
listen. No, seriously, man. It's better to be safe than sorry in the sense of getting an STD. It's better to be
Yes.
safe than sorry than being stuck with a chick you don't know about or
Yes.
know of, with a chick with a child for however long.
And don't use that dumb excuse. It kills all the feeling.
Nah.
That's
Nah,
such
nah,
a dumb excuse.
Like, if it's a chick you're dealing with
Yeah,
for a
it's a different
while,
kind of
okay, but
warmth,
don't
though.
be jumping in
I
this
don't
chair
care.
and running.
You gotta
You
be
just met.
broke.
But if you do not use condoms, just from the male perspective, if she says, "Oh, I'm on birth control," and you're like, "Oh, that's fine,"
Show me.
and you choose, but it doesn't even matter.
Show me.
How
Bitch,
many
I don't see no
packs-
patch
hold
on your arm.
How many packs of birth control do I have in the room? And I miss days, and we're in a
What?
relationship.
And I don't touch you.
If somebody's like here,
I
but
heard
that's
you
what I'm
missed
saying.
yesterday.
Here, look at my packet. All
Yeah.
these days are missing. They don't fucking know.
Why is it
As
seven?
guys,
the
no.
nine?
Time out. Even
Mine is
just.
Thursday,
Even
Wednesday,
just, I was
Friday.
gonna say, even
All of
just,
'em?
even just looking at it, you're gonna be
Listen,
confused.
you
Like, so you did everything on the right day, and you just gotta take her word for it. Even though you're looking at it in your face, you're gonna be like,
Don't make no damn
all right,
sense.
all right. And they got like 3-4 different types. You got the
Yeah.
one that runs like left to right, one
Oh,
that
no, I'm
runs in a
not
circle.
certified, so I know that stuff now.
Yeah.
I don't,
But
bro,
there's
I don't
like-
know none of
there's
that
some
shit.
That's why I
in
said
your
I
arm,
don't see no
there's
patch in your
some
arm.
But there's some that go inside.
Yo, that's the thing. Hold on. You can't be all.
You stuck something in. I want to ask you a question. Was that warmth worth it when you look at your bank account and you see all them zeros?
I
It
don't know
was-
who this is, but he said no shortcut.
That's right. No shortcuts,
that's
bro.
right.
You
That's
go
right.
in there, you do the
That's
business,
right.
so
but
no
you do.
shortcuts,
right.
so be a dad.
It's one or the other, bro. You
Yeah.
gotta work on your
Yeah.
pull-out game, or you gotta be a dad. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
You choose.
But no, seriously. I just really feel like as men, the narrative's starting to shift a little bit from being what I grew up on as a man is taking care of your responsibilities, and a lot of these younger dudes or dudes around my age too are like in that club scene, and they're just heavy on. I'm just gonna try and get what I can at the end of the night and do what I want with her. Ain't nothing wrong with a one night. If you do your one night stand thing, That's the thing. As long as you're up straight with her, like, yo, this is what I want. You be up front.
Trying to fuck.
And she's still down. And she's still down for it, bro. You can't tell me nothing.
Don't give her your name.
Tinder and all them shits, bro. Tell me how.
You're welcome.
How is it that on Tinder and shit?
Here's the tip.
How is it that on Tinder and all that shit? And I don't even have that stuff. I know from friends when we were at Hooters and shit. This person was going through, and the way this person knew people were trying to just fuck, they just didn't put a bio.
No
that
bio
that was
means
the way
trying to
you
fuck.
knew. So can you
That's a
imagine?
different scene.
Y'all make a.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna make one today.
That's what I'm saying.
No bio.
No bio.
No bio.
Hit me. What up?
I don't even
It's
find
gonna
you
be- it's gonna
attractive
be
if you
something
can't carry a
like-
conversation.
And
Top
only
like that,
special
that.
ones get raw.
Whoa.
Nah. Who's that, man? Jimmy up, be safe.
Oh my God.
Wear a condom. I keep saying Jimmy up, but just wear a
Condom.
condom. Be safe.
Why is
Be
that a
smart.
bad thing?
Jimmy.
Yeah.
The term Jimmy.
Is
You
that
gonna
like
ask me that
Jimmy's?
up north?
Like, is
yeah.
that the same? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
You know what Jimmy is?
Yeah.
You don't
What's
want
Jimmy? Who's Jimmy?
Jimmy?
Yeah. What's the Jimmy? Why we don't like Jimmy?
All right, listen, we're on abortions.
Oh,
Y'all
Jimmy,
men
no,
kinda
wait,
shit.
no,
Oh, no.
All
I
right.
just know it's a bad
So,
thing.
so now that we're on abortion,
Yeah.
we're still on abortion. So here's a question that I have, and this is one that I brought up to my father today.
Oh, Lord.
Today?
Yeah, we was driving,
I wanna hear
and
this.
he said,
No shortcuts.
he said, Corey, a lot of your friends take care of their kids. I said, yeah, that's because we had the conversation with our friends that said, y'all grew up without a dad, so when I have a kid, I'm not going to be there for my kid. And my father said, yo, in that case, why not just go raw? And I said, why not go, why are they going raw? And I said, Dad, well, you know,
That man's a genius.
I go. Well, there's two things here. You
Five
know?
sons in.
You got the peer pressure of, yo, yesterday I was with my girl, and you know how that goes. And then also, you got the whole idea of, you see one friend do it, they don't take care of their kid, and then they see it like, okay, it's okay. So then I don't have to take care of my kid, and then this is vicious cycle.
Then your son grows up to be LeBron James.
And then you don't have a
And
kid
then- yeah,
to
but
pay
see,
your
no, no,
house.
No, but I think it falls on the mom, too. Like,
Does it?
Well, a lot. Hold
It-
on.
Does
partly.
it? If your mother was your dad and it was a real father figure, so she taught you how to be a man,
no, I'm
that
saying,
thought
like,
doesn't go through your
no,
head.
I'm saying, like, the moms of the babies.
Okay.
So, for example, if Derek was like, I ain't being in this kid's life, cool, you fucking dropping shit off. If not, I'm calling your mom, I'm calling your dad, I'm calling your brothers, because I'm getting everybody involved in this shit. A lot of times, the women are like, oh, you don't want it? It's because, this bitch or this bitch. I don't care about your
He
next
don't
bitch.
love me
Right.
no more.
And it's like, but the problem is, a lot of times, the women are like, I need money.
Yeah, but that's
And
for
the
your
dad-
nails and shit. Fuck
But
you.
exactly, the dads are like, I'm not giving you money so you could go get this, that, whatever.
Right.
That's where they fuck up.
I think that's another thing the law should step into. We
You
need
could easily
receipts.
just be like, no, not even.
The law should
No,
say that they
but
need
you don't
receipts.
even need the money. Tell the dad, the baby needs Pampers, wipes, and this.
And
These
he
are
could
the
drop it
sizes.
off.
So hold on. You gotta also realize
That's all
that
they need.
growing up where we grew up, all of us, we've seen it. We've seen that part where the woman is like, I need this, that, and the third, so give me this money. So you go and give her the money, and then next thing you know, she's
an actor.
she's
Nails
all on
done,
the,
hair did, everything.
she's all on social media, whatever it may be, with her hair and nails done, instead of, whatever.
And
Now the father can do,
2019
the father
BMW.
could literally give his whole check or half his check to this woman, and she's still gonna do the same shit. But to counteract it, what you would do is be like, tell me what the baby needs or whatever, and I'm bringing
Yeah.
it to you. So now we're getting off topic, though. We're not talking about the after fact of having the child.
Yeah.
We're talking about before all that, anyways.
Yeah.
So
But
now
this is
back
stuff
to it.
that
Hold on.
causes abortion.
Do you
That's what I
guys
was-
know?
that's why I brought that up.
Have you guys heard of post-birth abortions? Do you know what that is?
Oh, they're so fucked.
So
Yeah,
as far as
I
I knew what
looked
it
it up.
was,
Yeah, tell me.
was when the baby can live outside of the womb without support.
So
That's how I know.
that's-
it.
That's what's considered a life.
That's
not the abortion.
That would be the practical
Well, obviously when you
definition.
kill it after, that's what
no,
makes
no,
it
no,
the
no.
abortion.
So that's what I thought. That would be the practical definition of it, right?
Right.
Brianna, do you want to read off what it is?
I didn't write that down.
Okay, so I know I
'cause
remember it.
It was.
So a post-birth
Upsetting.
abortion is when
I remember it.
they
though.
go and have the abortion, and
The baby's still alive.
the baby's alive after they did whatever procedure they used, which it could be
The
they use like a
pill, the
pill,
seaweed
like a seaweed
thing.
pill. They use like a gel that they pump in that would suffocate the baby, or Brianna's favorite, not favorite, but the one that bothered her, the
let's
one that
clarify.
bothered her the most, Brianna's favorite was the one where they give them a pill that will cause contractions the baby gets a certain distance down the birth canal,
It's in the cervix.
in the cervix or whatever, and then they go in with a vacuum of some sort
Yeah.
and vacuum up
Yep.
from the brain.
Babies,
in.
Vacuum
babies
the
survive
brains.
that?
And they have to
So,
count
yeah,
up all the
that's
body
the
parts.
problem.
They vacuum
make-
the brains and then crush the skull to
Okay.
like make
So
sure the
so
baby
the
dies.
issue is some babies survive all those procedures at some point,
Yes.
and
They're
so
alive to
some
this
of these
day.
new laws will make them have to resuscitate the baby or whatever
As much as
outside the body.
I gotta
Hold
see.
on.
Can you look up the vacuum
I'm
baby?
not looking at
survive-
shit.
I know. I just want to
Hold on,
see.
hold on.
I want to see like a person that survived that.
So
what they look like.
They call it executing babies.
All right, I understand.
But hold on, that forces the doctors to have to resuscitate
Yep.
these babies. So these
bring 'em-
babies that just had their brains vacuumed out,
yeah.
their skull crushed, still have to resuscitate and do whatever they can.
So now they're
to make
feeling that
baby.
pain.
So the thing is, I would assume the skull or whatever crushing part wouldn't have happened properly if they survived.
So
Because if your skull is crushed, even as an adult,
But they don't really have
you
a
die.
they don't really have a skull, so the
What's the
vacuum is
name of
already
that
doing
procedure
that, right?
called? Do you know?
It rips it away. Can you
Post
just
birth abortion.
pull it up there?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah. I want to
Lord,
just
do we
see.
wanna see this?
I want to see what it looks
Well, we're
like.
not
They're
gonna
not going to be
we're not
able to
looking
see
at
it.
They
images,
can't
bro.
really see it.
They
Anyway,
can't see it.
so
Yeah.
Viewer
can't see
discretion
it.
is advised.
If it does come up, we already said we do swear. This is not.
it's not family
This is not.
friendly.
Hold on. Somewhat, but not really, because we
Alright,
do
we
swear and
doing
all that
videos?
stuff. No.
No, no image. I just want to see what it. I just want to see what it looks like.
Wait. What are you talking about? Images, bro? You're crazy.
All right, here. Okay, so they're clamping.
That's
And
not
then-
real.
Oh, that's injection.
That's
though.
the injection. Yeah.
Partial birth abortion procedure.
And then what is he? Just
Yo,
they
you
take
better be
her-
careful. You about to see some
They
shit.
take that baby out.
Oh, hell. Oh,
this is the
that's how they
injection.
crush it. No, they crush
yeah,
it.
that's
Oh,
how
I
it,
see
that's
what's
going
that's
on
the
here.
procedure.
I
Yes.
see what's going on here.
Oh, fuck that
Wow.
shit.
So yeah. So what they're looking
I
at on
heard
the
a doctor
screen,
describe how he does like.
it's kind
how
of
it
just like a
works.
diagram or a picture of how the baby's body
Yeah, you
is a little
really
bit out
can't-
of the
they're not
vagina.
showing-
You guys
'cause
can-
I
And they
wanted
just
to
like
see what
snipped
the
it.
survival
I
looked
really
like.
wouldn't. I wouldn't advise to Google this. It's not really.
I was talking to you about it. It's super rare.
I mean, it's,
Yeah, of
It's
course.
really not
We don't-
like it's.
I think you
bad.
said it was like
It's
10%,
bad.
right?
It's less than that.
Yeah.
What, that it happens or what?
Yeah,
What are you doing? Just leave it. We don't need to see it.
I was
So-
gonna show them, but okay.
Show who?
Our
was
viewers.
reading an
No,
article
we don't
about
want to
it.
show that.
I was reading an article
Alright,
about
you guys
that,
can
and they
Google
said
it.
within the last decade, only 300
Go find like an article on it.
of those cases have actually happened.
Of post birth,
Yeah.
It's like 3%.
survival or death?
Like
How it
survival.
happened. Oh yeah, survival.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
super
Well,
rare.
survival is 0.1%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course it'd be a rare thing.
But-
Because think about it, like we
but
said,
the reason, like, I don't know, like, if y'all guys have realized, like, seen, like, when it happened, like, Trump was talking about it and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was basically the
362 infants born alive as a result of botched abortion.
Can you go there?
in the
Can you
last
go there?
decade, though. That's what they don't tell you.
Yeah.
Like,
died.
like
Oh,
see,
yeah.
now you have to
Yeah.
click on it. But that's what 30 babies do every year.
Yeah.
It's like it's something that's dreadful, but
It's
like
not even a handful.
it's a
amount,
it's a
yeah.
non-argument that they're using to
Yeah.
push the agenda of anti-abortion.
Yeah.
Yep, of
So
course.
for,
Does it
for
does it go
Well,
to that
I always
top
say
graph?
whenever you're talking about something that could have any kind
Does
of a
it numbers
political view
rise?
or in any situation, what's their angle?
Right.
Always trying to find out
They're
what the
dropping.
angle is. There's always
They're
some
dropping.
sort
And
of
it's
a.
just-
dropped.
So
very-
actually, less people are getting late term
post-
or post term.
post-birth.
Sorry.
Late
post-
term is different.
So
birth,
the reason why it's
abortion.
post birth is that the baby
Has to come
got
out.
pulled out
of
and
the
taken
womb.
out,
Right,
and then they
exactly.
did whatever.
Right.
Now, me being what I am, which sometimes I fall into the little rabbit hole of the conspiracies and shit. Somebody was talking. I think it was like
That's
it was
not-
on. It was
that
on.
shouldn't be a negative term.
It was
conspiracy.
definitely no. It was it was created by the government. No one knows that, right?
Yeah, you know
The
government
term itself, conspiracy theory, was
came
created by the government.
Yep.
Anyways, it was on like Joe Rogan or something. Shout out, big
For
guy.
conspiracy theory.
Well, they did it to cover themselves, like
Yeah, they know.
to discredit everybody coming up or whatever.
It's like,
they might know.
We shot JFK.
So, but he,
Oh.
the guy was talking.
Conspiracy theory.
the guy was talking about one of the guys, is it Jimmy Salvine or something, from like the UK. He was
Okay.
like a big like music producer,
Okay.
and he would go to these parties and do whatever type of weird shit, and then would eat like the fucking pineal glands of babies.
Oh.
You know, the third eye.
Yes.
So that's what they were talking about, and like I guess he had all types of weird shit he did too with other like children, like alive kids, like having sex with children or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
It was wild. And the other thing where they were talking about a senator who was actually on TV not too long ago, and the way he was talking, he had like that like southern twang to him or whatever.
Oh God.
And he was like, oh, you know, we make them comfortable. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean make them comfortable? So these
Why
babies
is he
are out
asking?
and born.
Yeah, they're alive.
I was like, yeah, so like that right there, like that's the darker side of it. If then whatever, it's already a dark thing
Yeah.
or a taboo, we should say, because like some people, it's their reality and it needs to happen for them. But it is somewhat shunned and it's taboo. But for you to be like, we make them comfortable.
I just
like,
wanna-
I would
point
I would
out-
love for somebody who had
I just
that
want to explain real quick
post-birth
that I feel
abortion
that
to
that guy
put us up.
was like a plant.
Nobody's gonna do
Of
That
course
guy-
not.
I-
Of course
Nobody
not.
want to.
Nobody's
course
even gonna
not.
say who
No,
had
well,
abortion.
Yeah, none
I
of
was
these
gonna say
females
that.
out
I
here
was
gonna be
gonna
like,
say-
yeah, I had an abortion. I'll come. I'll talk to you.
No. I mean, I was going to talk about just a private conversation.
Me
with
and
you.
him, we was
One
fucking
thing
around
I
for
would
like
like
2
to-
months. We didn't get
Hit the
along.
inbox.
That guy,
I ain't having
that
his baby.
You're talking about that.
Like, what?
Like, he literally just confessed to murder.
Oh yeah.
This baby, the moment it's born and can breathe, the law determines them as alive. That's not an abortion; it's murder.
Yeah.
And he confessed to it.
At least he was sensitive about
No.
it.
He said we make them comfortable.
It doesn't matter how
comfortable.
comfortable you make
But
a
he
person
could-
before you shoot them in the head. You're still
And
going
He
with
to
a
could
blankie.
easily, but he could
Okay.
easily
How
count.
if they don't know you was there?
He could easily count that as a post-birth abortion. Why not?
That's what he was saying. Is like the post-birth part. When I first ever heard about it, it was about that.
But
So I'm
that
like,
means he's covered.
you talking? You hold on. No, you talking about a baby that's full term.
No, this baby came out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this
I
is
was like,
different.
what the hell?
This is
I was
different.
reading an
Like,
article about this, and the doctor was like,
I wish I could remember
the
the-
moment the
the
baby's
senator
born,
was. Can you-
they become an actual patient. We legally have to take care of them.
Well, according to these new laws that are passed, it's any baby that has a heartbeat and survives
No, anybody
or has a heartbeat. Yeah, you can't even do the
Okay.
abortion. Or
Okay.
nothing.
So what's the latest?
So hold on. Here's the thing. The timeline. You got to realize, a baby forms the heartbeat. What do you say? Like 4 to 5 weeks.
Like 4 to 5 weeks.
So 4 to 5 weeks. But most women don't know they're pregnant until
The average is 5.5 weeks.
they don't even know they're pregnant until then. So it's already you cannot do it by law now.
Right. Right.
So basically, like I said, cover up.
Oh, what's even
Be
worse
careful.
is he was a Democrat. I mean, not that the Democrats is the best side to be on. I'm just
They
saying,
blocked
like,
it.
No.
They blocked
oh,
it.
they
Democrats
blocked it. They
blocked
blocked it.
it.
I'm sorry. I'm
Don't
sorry.
be the first
This guy
time.
went jumping the
I'm
gun
like,
mad quick. Y'all.
That was like two. There was like two things that said Democrats. I'm
Them
like,
damn Democrats.
Damn Dems again. Damn them go again.
But no, what I'm saying is the
that
post
guy.
birth abortion conspiracies not really a thing. It's like they use that
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah,
push
no,
the
of course.
anti-abortion thing.
Yeah.
Like these doctors aren't killing babies after they're born.
Why is this a partisan thing, anyways?
It's
Why is this even up to conversation?
What, the abortion thing?
It should.
We already
they
agreed.
had it.
We all agreed that it shouldn't be the government trying
yeah.
to regulate or tell anybody what they can and
I
can't
felt
do.
like they had
well,
it right.
no, the
Right.
government should absolutely make it a law that women can have abortions and that it's a hospital's job to
Yeah.
make sure it's healthy.
Yeah, no.
That's-
I meant more so like step in, like, no, you can't do this. Like, no, it should be situational, right?
Right.
Like, there should be like some sort of a checklist or something that the doctors would run through with the
Should
person.
it be situational?
I think so.
Whoa,
What situation?
cases like
No, let me ask
rape
you,
and things like
right,
that.
What situation
Wait, for
would you
post
say no?
or
to
No,
an
no, just for
abortion?
abortion.
Okay.
altogether.
I don't
Right.
think an abortion should be situational.
Well, it's easy. It's easy.
I think.
So, hold
I
on.
think the only
You-
time
you think-
abortion should not be able to happen is after a certain term, and that's when the baby can absolutely survive
Okay.
outside the womb.
Yeah.
Do you know when
I,
that
I
is?
agree with that too.
I don't think that. No, I don't.
Do you know how many weeks?
Brianna, you're like the only
No,
chick here,
you-
so
you-
wanna
I'm,
just,
I'm testing y'all.
just throw it out there.
No.
Since y'all
You
want to
asking me?
talk
You
about
asking
it.
me
Failed.
too?
Alright,
You
Y'all
asking me
want to
too?
talk about abortion?
failed.
You asking me too?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me.
25 weeks.
23 weeks is.
So
enough.
yeah, that
Not
baby
long.
I said will be alive.
Close
And,
enough.
and how far
Give or
into
take.
and how far?
How? If
into
I just
the
said 25,
pregnancy is that?
25 is longer than 23. That baby would be
What is it,
alive.
4 times.
What's she talking
5,
about?
So it's almost 6 months.
All right.
What
Oh,
you
600
talking about, bro?
times.
6
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Women are technically pregnant for 10 months though.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you're aware you're pregnant if you got 6 months in.
Okay,
Ah.
I don't know because we know
people say
somebody
no.
that
You ever see
wasn't
the monsters inside me?
that didn't. I'm
there was
sorry.
an episode.
We know
of that.
somebody who didn't know that they was pregnant until they actually had the kid.
We know
I
some-
don't know
We
how
know
that's
somebody.
possible. Yeah.
We know them.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I know them too.
You know.
Yeah. Call your mother.
Nah,
Yeah, it's not our mom, guys. What
No,
the?
it's not your mother.
All right.
Call your mother and ask her. She'll tell you.
She
What?
got the teeth.
What? She took a shit and was like,
Oh, this is a baby.
like this is. No, how do you not know?
I mean, I don't
Someone's
understand how that
Viewers.
happened.
And
I'm pretty sure. All right, I'm generalizing.
I
Turn
literally
the main
knew at
down.
2
Turn
weeks.
this
I'm
one down.
generalizing, but I'm pretty sure there are signs that let a woman
That's
know that
a
she's pregnant
boost. There you
well
go.
before 6 months.
Well,
No,
well.
I'm asking.
No, you have to know yourself. And a lot of women don't.
Yeah, what does a kick feel like? It don't feel like gas, right?
You don't know. Yeah, it could feel like gas. A lot of times, especially if the baby's small.
Damn, I've been gassy for 9
But
months. Like,
the
that don't make
ignorance
no
right here
sense.
from the guys shows men shouldn't be making laws.
Yes,
for
it
women's
definitely.
bodies.
Yes, we are the prime example of why we
I
should.
just want you guys to know I was right.
Well, you was yes.
So,
yes.
I said 25. That
He
baby would be
He
alive.
was doing research with me yesterday.
I
We
believe
didn't look that up.
you couldn't tell me when the baby's heart started earlier, so nope,
I was close.
that doesn't matter. Close.
Yeah, because she said
Yo, he was
4
All
to
right,
5.
what's considered?
We're talking about life
what's
and death.
considered
Close is
late-
different.
You're last. What's considered a late-term abortion? How many
6
weeks?
months? Oh,
Weeks? Why you don't do much?
It has to be weeks. 'cause
24.
that's
All right,
what-
so you're pregnant for how many weeks total?
I'm a.
9 times 4
I
is
don't know.
36.
40.
40, man.
But you-
Yeah, so-
technically 10. Okay.
So
Yeah.
40
Okay,
is
sorry.
pretty late. I'm just saying. I'm going with
Good answer. Good answer.
You're right. You're right.
no. All right.
there.
I will say within 20 to 25.
What do you think?
25.
Born alive abort. I'm mad late on that.
Yeah, I have that written down.
Is this real?
Late-term abortions is anything after 21 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
God damn.
Are there any
21 weeks and above.
born alive abortion survivors that are over 21?
People like alive?
That's
I'm sure once they
well,
once
that's
they
what I
doubt they'll
survive.
survive
this
within a
is-
year.
This is new.
But is this a liable source?
This one just happened. This
okay.
Born Alive bill.
All right, because we're talking. You know how you was talking about
Are
like
we all? I almost said something so stupid.
you was talking about the
Aren't we all born alive? No. Some people.
what do you call that?
I thought we were
Shut up.
Talking about how like babies survive some abortions
Yeah.
or whatever, right? So like
Babysitting, bro.
what? I thought we was gonna take it
I'm
when the
not
timer
presumptive.
came.
Yeah,
My bad.
that's what I
I'll
thought.
take that with you. We
better go.
babysitting.
Let's go.
All right.
Fuck you guys.
Cheers to James.
Cheers to James.
Cause he can't drink.
Sober October.
Okay.
Ooh.
So when the baby survives when the baby survives the initial abortion, are there any of those babies alive that are over 21?
Yeah.
I just find it odd that they can't give us an
Disformities?
example of like
Deformities?
I think so. I think they're like, we were looking
That's what
stuff
I wanted
up,
to see. Like that's why I was.
There's
I was
not a
assuming-
lot-
I would assume
but
there'd
there's
be all
not a
types
lot
of
of information
there'd
on
be all
it.
types of like
But
deformities, learning disabilities,
They are
and all that kind of
they
stuff.
are suing though.
Of course.
I
they
doubt
do.
they'll
Yeah, you
come-
did it
I
wrong. You
doubt
busted
they'll
But
my-
they're only suing because this shit came back up.
What's
They
the
should
shit?
have been. Sued.
What's the shit?
This like
law?
laws
Is
on
shit.
Oh, I
abortion.
thought you
The
were talking
law
about the
is
people.
shit.
Oh, okay. No, you sure?
Motherfucker. Anyways, so late term abortion.
Yo,
Right.
homeowners.
Ooh, hey. No thing.
Are you gonna give me that money?
Sean said he's coming through for a shot. Yo, you're more than welcome, bro. I'll shoot you the address.
Yeah, you can have
You
mine. I
can,
ain't
you can
drinking.
actually
Come
come
on
on
over.
onto the show too, and we all just have a little chit chat. We'll talk. We can talk about what you're thinking about basketball. Everybody
All right,
moving.
listen. Late term abortions.
We're here. I'm interacting. Hey, look, it's Lance.
Oh
I know.
God, what up, Lance?
So, question.
Huh?
Why do you think was the
That's
top
on. That's
reason-
on my mama.
the top reasons that women got late term abortions after 21 weeks?
Argument.
I'm throwing mine out right now, cause I know half these motherfuckers is cause they ain't working out their relationships, and that pisses me off the most. Don't be fucking then.
Late term?
Yep. So after 21 weeks.
Health reasons. I would go with most of them.
Nah, I'm going with
I
envy,
feel
like
like you-
envious women. Like,
I
yo,
feel
oh,
you
we
do.
Oh,
arguing.
you think they
Hold
doing
on,
that
so-
fighting
Yeah.
shit?
Oh, definitely.
So the
I was just saying because the
Definitely.
relationship ain't working. These motherfuckers was fucking trying to have another kid because they wanted to save their relationship,
Yeah.
kind of deal. Like that happens a lot with like marriages and shit.
Yeah.
They try like, oh, it's not working out. Let's have a kid, and then say they still split. Now this chick is like, yo, fuck this. I'm getting rid of this
They
kid.
had
So
more
hold
than
on,
half a year to find out that shit wasn't
Now,
working.
in that case, they came
But-
together.
If they were
that's what. That's why I don't think.
Regardless-
that's really.
no, oh, definitely. I guarantee you right
Alright,
now there
Derek.
is. I'll throw down money. I'll throw down a shot.
what?
In that case, they
I'll throw
came.
down a shot on
Yo,
it.
hold on.
I'll take
Yo,
that.
listen.
Hold
in
on,
that
hold on,
case,
hold on, Brianna. Is it or is it not a big
Hold on.
a big part of it? The reason like some of them have these
So-
abortions.
That's
so-
the thing I want the most.
So listen.
Oh, maybe-
That's the biggest reason.
Oh, I didn't change it
no,
on
no,
you.
no, no. Hold on, hold
Go
on.
ahead, go ahead. I don't know. I forgot.
A lot of times people think that it's because of the medical reasons for the mom and or baby or the baby's viability, right?
Right.
Wrong.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it's actually the same exact reason why people get abortions in the beginning. Financial was number one. Then it was
Relationship problems.
Single mom, stress, relationship
That's it,
problems.
yep.
And then
Spiteful.
having a late term abortion is obviously more dangerous for the mom.
Right.
Yeah.
But it had nothing to do, like, it was such a small.
Wasn't it like 0.7?
It was like
was
a
it 0.3?
0.03%.
I feel like you already studied for this test, and I got set up.
I didn't
she
study for
has
Well, you still made
crypto.
the
I
deal.
didn't- I didn't make the deal. I was sucking for that one.
But wait.
Yeah, we're black. We're black.
Oh, yeah, we are black.
Damn, Corey.
I didn't see the thing, though.
I didn't see it either. That's why I was like.
All right.
Oh, hold on, let me-
Come back. Derek got this. Or Corey, whoever. One of them.
Somebody got it.
Y'all gotta yell at us? Somebody yelled at us?
During intermission, I want y'all to know, shout out to all the single moms. I hope your kid makes it big and rich and buys you that house you always wanted. And for the deadbeats, fuck you.
Let me go back to OBS. Was I supposed to say that? Yeah, we're good. All right, and we're back. Yeah, so there was
Yo, tell Nike about me,
there
bro.
was
Get me
like
sponsored.
12,000 late term abortions. in
Pull up,
2014.
baby. Pull up.
It's not bad.
No, wait.
I don't want
I'll take that later. But
We say not bad.
I'm
I get what
sorry.
you're saying overall, like the grand scheme of things. But
From 926,000 to only 12,000 were late term.
oh yeah, no.
Good.
Yeah, I'm with. You're saying good and bad. There's still lives.
Statistically-
It's lives we're talking about.
statistically.
You're talking numbers. We're
That's
still
like-
talking lives. You know
that's
what I mean?
like a 90% that's not
Okay.
there.
So
So 90% of abortions are way before late term.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Brian, you want another one?
Nope.
Where? You ain't going nowhere tonight.
I said no,
Oh shit.
Damn.
right? No means no, guys.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Unless you're talking
Throw
rape.
back to
I'm just
last
joking.
week,
I'm joking.
Go back to last week.
That's what alcohol's for.
Aww.
Corey.
Dog, Aziz. I was
No,
talking about
no,
Aziz.
no.
you ain't
I
throwing it
wasn't
on
talking
him.
about me.
You ain't throwing it on.
God, I wasn't talking about Aziz.
Aziz
You weren't.
said
We know.
Aziz never said that.
All right.
I don't know where that
There was
came from.
alcohol involved when they got.
There
to
was
his house.
alcohol involved in his and there was alcohol involved before they got to his
Of
house.
course.
So
when
how
she
do you,
got
hold
to
on.
the
The
house-
problem was what you said was that's what alcohol's for.
And then I clearly said when everybody said that sounds a little rapey, I was like, oh,
A little
I
rapey.
meant in Aziz's case.
So
I tried to clean it up.
we've been talking about
Johnny
abortions,
But you did,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about abortions, late term abortions, post birth, all that stuff.
Yep. Kimba Walker signed with the Celtics.
What about?
that?
We're
Ain't
not talking
shit.
about sports.
Why he signed with the
Listen
Celtics?
to
You
me.
just swapped out Kyrie for Kimba.
I can't.
What?
You're being a man.
You're damn right I am.
What about genetically modifying kids?
This is
No.
fun. James.
Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, so genetically modifying children overall would be more so picking certain traits, attributes that you would want in your kid, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So like that would be Hitler's go-to.
Or taking away. Or taking away
He let you
attributes.
know what he wanted.
Hitler believed in eugenics. It's different.
Hitler. Technically, Brianna is the fucking perfect person that Hitler wanted.
Yeah,
Not right
blue
now.
hair,
Not
blue
right
eyes.
now. No. Blue hair, blue eyes, blonde hair, white skin. If Hitler had the chance to genetically modify, you best believe that motherfucker would have done it. They were trying.
definitely.
They were trying. They were
That is
injecting.
Here's
perfect
my
race.
argument against what you're saying, and this is why Hitler is totally different. You would be you were making it seem like Hitler would let anybody do it. Hitler would have only
No, he
had
no.
have
You
killed
say
Germans.
Aryans
Time out.
being
Time out.
able to do it.
No. You think so?
Absolutely.
He would have took the
White
Jews.
skin.
Time out. He would have took the Jews. He would have took black people and whoever else because the black people. There was also black people that were over in those
and they would
camps
all
and
be
shit
dead because he would
Ye-
make sure that they didn't even have a chance to have children.
to take the
He
bloodline.
tried that.
Yes, but Hitler would. We're not talking about who won and who lost.
We're not talking about that either. We're talking about what he tried to do. He tried to take out everybody who was
Okay,
not
let's get
Aryan.
all right. Get off the subject of Hitler. James, lead the genetically modifying the children.
So, genetically modifications, right? They're
Genetic modification.
genetic modifications are
As
basically us going into our child's chromosomes before they're fetuses, more or less. They're eggs.
Yeah, it's the egg. Yep.
And changing their chromosomes.
Embryonic stage.
Well,
damn.
actually,
She researched the
before
fuck
that,
out of this, bro.
we would be messing with them as
They're
a
still an embryo.
zygote.
Zygote.
A zygote.
Zygote.
No,
That's like as soon as they fucking connect.
we
it'd have to be.
only need them to have chromosomes.
Yeah,
don't-
we still want them to be forming.
we don't
We
need,
would want to
yeah.
pick and choose where we want to put what. So like we were talking
that makes sense.
before, I was telling her like we already been doing this for a while
So
now.
how many months,
hold
weeks
on.
before they start doing that?
It's
It's
literally
immediate almost.
Immediate. We can,
It's
Really?
literally
Because
like
you
2
got to
3
think in the
weeks
first
max.
couple nights or days, the baby
We're
goes
trying
from
to
like
do-
1 to 2 cells to like millions or
Right.
thousands.
Right.
eventually, our goal would be doing it at the moment of conception.
So
Yeah.
majority of it is IVF.
Yes, and
That's how they control
You
that
have to real.
situation.
We're like 10 to 15 years out for having actual superheroes.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, I can see that.
We
Like
have-
my Hero Academia is
This-
coming.
This
We
is
have
You're peeking.
superheroes.
this is a
Can I yell?
this is a win,
Yeah, I know.
not an if.
Oh, yeah, exactly for sure.
As a matter of fact, it's already happening. I think I told you about the babies in China. The
Yeah.
Doctor illegally tested
Indigo
on these,
children?
these
Oh
children
no, that's what it is.
and
And he
made
got,
them immune to
two.
HIV.
but he did 2, right?
So he went to jail for that?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Wait a
think
minute,
it-
wait a
it's
minute,
China.
wait a minute, wait a
You
minute.
did?
No,
In
yeah,
that
he
case,
got
he
in
did a
trouble.
positive.
Because he didn't get like
He didn't get
authorization.
No
or some
consent.
shit.
Okay.
He did it
Okay.
He didn't
behind the
get
parents'
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't even know.
No.
He made the Asian baby black.
Immune to HIV, but
These Asian parents are like, yo, the guy looking at
Like,
the
how's
mom.
that my baby? Oh, sorry.
and I mean,
What accent was that?
I think that was Indian.
And they're technically Asian too. You right?
this is a thing where eventually we'll be able to like genetically alter our soldiers to be fast, like
Yeah.
they'd be able to
Shoot bullets
be
at the
born
You
fingers.
like
guys-
Brock Lesnar. They
you
will
guys-
develop
you guys
to
know
be Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar is kind of on the fatty side. Do you know JJ Watt
Yeah.
of the for the Texans?
Yeah.
I always say that motherfucker never was a child. He is
Yeah,
literally,
no.
you
He
don't
was
make sense, bro.
always-
I'll show you him when he was 16, 17. Pull that shit up. This dude looked the same. He gained more muscle, obviously, over like as he got older. But this dude was already a grown ass man at like the age of 12.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? That,
Probably even younger.
I don't know if he grew up on a farm and stuff. That shit definitely takes part too. The people born on
Those
farms
fresh
and shit.
eggs.
Fresh eggs, the fucking lifting the hay and all that shit, man. That fucking farm strength is real.
But
No, for
Matt
real.
Hughes, shout out, Matt
Matt
Hughes.
Hughes.
so right now,
Hall of
in
Fame.
vitro fertilization, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very costly.
UFC video.
It's cheaper than it used to be, but
Yeah.
it's still
It's like it's only
Yeah,
like
wow.
12,000 between 12,000 and 20,000
only.
right now.
only.
Yeah, only.
Think
But
about that.
the-
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Fucking baby.
No, time out.
Wait, you got to realize we're
but
also
not
doing.
everybody can-
We're also genetically making these like appendages and all that shit with pigs, bro.
Let me
But that's
finish-
out of pocket.
Let me
though,
finish my thought,
for
please.
families.
It's
Yeah.
still pretty expensive for the average family.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it's not gonna happen.
Eventually,
It will. It'll eventually get
Eventually,
to. It'll become a normal practice.
doctors will be able to take a woman's like skin cells
It's gonna be covered
and
through
turn them
insurance.
back to their stem cells.
Or they just go and grab it from these post-abortion babies.
Oh, you got
But
plenty
once
of.
you get
Apparently.
stem cells from a woman, you can turn those stem cells into anything, including ovaries.
Women are powerful.
Why you need?
Which what do you mean? Why do you need ovaries?
You're gonna use the ovaries
Oh, hold
to
on a
make
second.
the AI. Which
Hold
is,
on a
which is-
second.
make
Hold on a
eggs.
second.
Yeah.
So
I got a
now
question,
She
James.
has
There's a blank
infinite,
slate. Yeah.
infinite amount of eggs.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it goes from being
See, this
thousands of
conversation
dollars-
took a turn. I wanted to talk more about how they're gonna become superheroes.
All right, hold on a second, because
I'm starting that.
I got a question real quick because you said the ovary thing. Kind of a sidebar here, but like when it comes to transsexual, could you do that with a transsexual?
They're
The ovary thing,
give them it,
No.
like give it to them.
and it would work.
That's a good
No.
question. I don't know.
Science, bro. Yeah, probably.
I mean,
Eventually, science
maybe.
probably might. They
You know
might,
what I
they might
mean?
do that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But-
Well, you would have to. So when
Oh, I'm pro everyone, just so y'all know. Like
but
I don't
when a
hate nothing.
So when a trans woman,
Man to women.
man to woman.
If
I
you
think
say
it's
a trans woman
woman.
would be a man to woman.
Yes,
Okay.
trans women.
So when they get the bottom surgery,
Don't worry, I got y'all.
when they get a bottom surgery,
Right.
do they now have a cervix too?
No,
No,
they just flip
no,
the
they
dick
It's just
inside out.
the
Literally
vagina.
nip, tuck.
So then they would then have to create the cervix.
I don't think stem cells have a limit to
Don't
what
they
can
snip?
become.
They snip it down the middle and then they flip the shit
Flip it inside, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think stem
They
cells
stitch that
actually
shit or what?
have a limit to what they
I
can become.
don't
So maybe.
Like it have to be more than just
I
stitching that shit.
don't know.
Like they'd have to like.
I don't know.
But
I know-
leading
I
to
know
My
a
Hero
coworker-
Academia.
a coworker of mine
We're
was
going
trying
into
to show me-
superheroes.
Yeah, sorry, superheroes.
Once you're able to do that, turn the stem cells into eggs, you
Yeah.
have an infinite amount of choices on what traits you want. You see.
Yeah.
Now, because a man can make as much sperm as he wants.
Yeah.
Once those eggs are
Another one?
fertilized, you can look at traits. You can choose the fastest, you can choose the strongest, and you can choose the smartest, and go from there. And you don't even have to bring those to term. You can just pick which one you want.
Why wouldn't you have to bring them to term? Wouldn't they not be?
No, they're just eggs. Since when have the?
Yeah, there's no life there yet.
Yeah, they're just zygotes.
It's just an egg.
Eggs don't have rights.
No,
Why you gotta
I'm
go that
saying-
far?
No. So I'm
Why
saying,
you gotta
so
go
you
that far?
create this
Well, we
baby,
give AI
you create
rights.
this zygote
right,
with all of these fucking.
but you're not putting it in the woman's womb yet.
Yet.
So
Okay.
right, so you get, and that's how we'll eliminate diseases, because if a child has a disease or something, you don't even use that.
Yeah.
You just choose a different one. You choose the more healthier one.
Yeah. You know they call them designer babies.
Yeah, it's like the fucking a bag. Who
Oh,
walking
like,
around?
Go.
This.
Eventually, they'll just be called babies.
Yeah, no, but like you gotta realize.
If you
Over-
had the choice, would you?
Me, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I would absolutely.
I wouldn't.
Because now at
Why?
this point, I have the choice to make sure that my child doesn't get sick to whatever disease.
Exactly.
I have the choice.
I'm
You're
just-
thinking
I just
thinking
don't-
more physical,
I'm
like
thinking on the side,
being
don't
like
fuck with-
jacked.
nah,
or
Yeah.
that's-
No, I
don't-
want my child to be
Because
immune to
talking,
everything.
we were talking a little bit before last week.
Right.
You
Last
create a freaking star athlete, and your kid's
a
like,
LeBron James.
and your kid's like, no, I
Sexy
want to be a
motherfucker.
scientist, or I want to
Right.
be.
You.
That's when. Hold
lawyer.
on. Let me. I got this one. That's when, as a parent, you go look at that 7'6" motherfucker and you say, you go take the little nerdy ass onto that fucking football field.
He's only toe.
Well, here's the thing. I think there should be limitations to what you can do. I think your job is to make sure your child is born healthy,
Yeah.
not superior.
Well, time out, because now
But
you're
people go
now.
too far.
I was
That's
gonna
what
say.
I'm saying. Yes,
No,
I
I get
agree.
it, but so
Too-
hold
but
on.
you go too
But that's
far
what
with health.
vaccinations are for,
You go
no?
too far with
do,
healthy.
do we not go into now? It's the same thing what the government was telling the abortion thing. Aren't we going into the same thing? You can't make your child a super like physical specimen.
I don't think.
No, we're
it's-
gonna have a lot
but
of
the conversa-
psychopaths.
I think the conversation.
No, we're gonna get that anyways. As
I
long
think
as
the
there's
conversation-
as long as there's light
about
skin,
jeans.
we're gonna have that issue.
I think this
Hey,
should be how
hey.
it works.
Hey, I can say that.
I don't think it's the government that should
That's
be
that
making
white
these laws. I
privilege.
think it's us.
White
Yes,
privilege,
I think
my
it's
ass.
yes.
I think it's us who should be making these laws.
Right.
I think the
Us
conversation.
is who?
The people.
Oh,
having
When
these
the
children.
fuck do we ever make laws?
Oh, good one.
Who's we?
This is-
People in general, us like the
Oh,
regulars.
Well, you just threw out the white thing, so I
But
thought this was a
what-
white
but
thing. I was
I'm
confused.
saying-
Electoral College showed us we don't
What
get
I'm saying
choices.
is
The
right now-
Electoral College.
The electoral.
Oh,
People
I thought
electoral.
you
put-
said Victoria something. I was like, who the
I-
heck is that?
I'm,
Don't be naming your porn stars, Corey.
I'm
Oh,
saying that-
oh, Victoria?
These conversations
Victoria,
are what we
oh.
should be having right now. We should be talking about the limitations, the moral limitations.
Yeah, but
of-
you know what's gonna come up is, who has rights to vote on this shit.
Brianna doesn't have a shot. Cheers
You
to
know
Brianna.
what? You know what scares me more than that? Like yes, these are questions that we should be asking, but what scares me is the fact that
Party foul.
You're
Party foul.
babysitting?
no, people forget what we are the last to realize what sells.
Nah.
Who knew how
Wait,
much
what
money
sells?
Sells.
What sells?
Sex.
Like in
What
general,
sells?
what?
Sex sells.
Like who knew how much their data would be worth on Facebook?
Oh,
Whoa,
you
whoa,
talk about the
hold on.
market.
That's
hold on,
different.
hold on.
No,
That's
it's not.
different. You're
No,
talking
it's
about a
not.
market.
Because it's still data.
Yeah. No.
But it's not different because it's genetic data now. It's just still data.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's
So
right. He's
what
right.
stops these companies like a hospital or whoever from patenting
So
your
my,
DNA?
my question exactly. Who stops it from patenting? This one affects your health. Like you won't
'Cause
get
it-
you won't get polio.
But wait,
So what
You won't
stops
get
like
whatever.
let's I'll give you an example, right? You go to a hospital and you guys decide to do in vitro. Your hospital maps out the genome of your child,
yeah.
and all of a sudden the hospital's like, we have the rights to your child's DNA
Because it's superior?
because you chose our hospital to do it.
yeah.
Ah, here we
Well,
go.
that-
This is the conversation we had earlier.
No, this is the conversation I avoid talking to you about.
I know,
because it was such a
but this is the
hotline
thing
talk.
about
Like,
this is the
it's
thing
scary.
about this is the thing about that word chose.
Everything's a choice.
Nah.
Not making a choice is a choice.
Nah, because
It's a
when we
choice.
talked about how you said you
Oh,
chose to
this one.
you chose you said you chose to be with us. You chose to use us, so now we patent it.
Patent that baby.
No,
The
strain or
genome.
whatever.
Oh.
That genome, right? So now we patent the
I was
genome.
like, what are we fucking
but-
selling kids
but-
now?
I don't ever remember giving you the choice to
Potentially.
patent that.
Adoption is selling children.
You know,
Relax. We're not
All
going.
right, so I give you. This is a big difference, I know, but it's also perfect for this analogy. when you choose your tattoo artist,
Yeah.
they have a copyright to your tattoo.
Shout out to Carissa, you out here.
Okay.
Number
you
one
chose your tattoo
in the
artist.
area.
I chose my tattoo artist.
Waving
chose
pave,
who to
baby.
go to,
Pave the
and
world.
You allowed them to put whatever
Woo.
their design was on you.
Right.
Right now they own your tattoo.
Of course.
So you
That's
can
their
now
work.
you can't now go to somebody else and be like, give me this tattoo.
That's why the tattoo. That's why you go to a tattoo artist and you say, "Yo, this is the tattoo I want." They say, "I can't give you that,
And
but I
they
can do
make
something
it-
like this."
They make it
Right.
their own.
Exactly.
Now, in the future, this isn't like today, but
Of
like
course not.
eventually when you go
Like
to
in 5-10 years.
when you do in vitro.
Did you hit that?
He
Oh,
did hit
I
it.
was like,
Go ahead, carry on.
but
I told you, it's two things you're paying for, James. I
you're-
told you.
when you choose in vitro, your doctor will automatically do that. They
So
will
I don't know if this
automatically-
was thrown out, but
But-
technically, isn't in vitro genetically modifying?
Yes.
So hold
No.
on. Why
No.
don't
No,
the
no, no, no.
doctors?
It's not genetically
not-
modifying.
Well, there got to
In
be
vitro-
some sort of.
In vitro just means that the baby was like made outside the womb.
Test tubed.
no, I
It's not
would
really
say
a test tube. That's
Nah,
that's
nah,
But wait.
that's just
that's slander.
That's just
That's
a
a
Yeah,
general-
that's-
of course. It's like
It's
saying
not,
blacky. I know it's
um,
slander.
just
Yeah.
use it, bro.
Shut up. I don't think it's genetically modifying. I
No,
think it's like
you didn't change anything
it's genetically like not altering but like
Nope.
monitoring.
No, all you're doing.
Ah, that's a good way to
No,
put
That's
it.
a good
it's
word.
listen,
How not?
Hold
It
on,
is.
hold on.
You
It's
said
genetic
monitoring.
monitoring.
You don't have to do that either.
Hold on, hold on,
for
but I
vitro,
will
though.
say-
That's
but-
why I'm just trying to
but
make
listen,
sure
In
that
hold
vitro
on.
is when they have
Hold on.
the egg and they put the
Yes,
sperm in
a
the
lot
side.
of
And that's
times.
it.
Hold
That's
on, let's
not
bring it
testing.
back though. Hold
That's
on.
it.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's all
A
I'm
lot
testing.
of
I know.
times, people
like a
who
petri
go
dish.
to IVF go to it
Test
for
petri
a
baby?
reason. They can't have a
Petri
baby.
baby.
They're having miscarriages or like
Got a Pillsbury
genetic
baby.
disorders or something. So of course I'm going to monitor this baby and see which one is going to have the best chance at life.
But you're not doing in vitro to monitor. You already named everything. You
Dog.
the mother couldn't have a baby.
No, they
safely.
are.
No,
No,
they
no,
are
no, no.
now. But that's not what in vitro was like.
Okay, no, but that's what it
But
is
that's
used for
it is
now.
now, yeah.
What I'm saying is like you're adding on top of it.
No. That is literally like now. Hold on. In vitro, like you said, initially was originally to help people who had a hard time getting pregnant get pregnant.
Okay.
Right. Nowadays, when you do in vitro, you have to be able to fit a certain guideline.
Yeah.
Be it the weight of the mother,
It can
the
sustain.
both parents can't have a genetic of any sort disorder that could match up. Literally now the guidelines as a whole, literally it's kind of like you pulling and picking.
But
Well-
but what I'm saying is what in vitro is big.
Are you talking about the definition of in
Yeah,
vitro?
that's
Okay,
all I'm
we
talking
agree.
about.
Yeah, okay.
That's all
You're
I'm
right.
saying.
You're right. That is
That's
what
correct.
IVF is.
That's what it is, but
That's
what?
It's better now. What you're talking about is what.
But what I was saying is it's not genetically modifying.
No,
that's
that-
not
that-
what
yes,
this is.
that's
but
all
it
we were
is
saying.
genetically monitoring because I will not, right? An IVF doctor will
Well,
not put a baby who
talking
is
to your
not
mic.
viable inside a woman.
Exactly, they won't.
So they're
they can't. monitoring.
these cells to
I'm-
make sure it's viable.
Well, I mean, I think they could, but they won't. They wouldn't.
Why would they?
They go against it. Yeah, they would. They would. Do you love me?
A lot. Kiki. I mean, Coco. Do you love me?
This mother, you fucking idiot.
It's a question. That was a
I don't.
question.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right.
So-
that would be the
Couple times.
perfect person to ask that.
So the
Shut up.
reason why I'm trying to make this like the separate the two like
Separate what two?
genetic
modifying
no,
and genetic.
monitoring. It's because you can,
James, you didn't let me finish what I was gonna say.
Oh.
I was gonna say genetically modifying and genetically monitoring.
Oh.
You said no.
okay, you can do genetic monitoring without
Yeah.
in vitro.
No. We were saying the situation was pregnancy was the goal,
Right.
right? With genetically genetically engineering or whatever modifying would be what you're talking about. She's talking about in the sense of the pregnancy happening. They're gonna genetically monitor, so they're checking the genetics to make sure the baby doesn't have this, that, and the third.
Yep.
Which technically could still be seen as the same, right? Because if you look, they say they were genetically monitoring, like, oh, we want this trait. We don't want this trait.
Yes, but what
So
That's
hold on.
monitoring.
That's now
that's
now
modifying.
it starts
That's
going into modifying.
modification.
Because
When
if we
you
want the
choose-
baby,
hold on. Okay,
traits-
that's modifying.
Mhm.
What's genetically
Monitoring is to make sure that they don't have any kind of an ailment, disorder, or disease that could come
So
through.
they test the genetics.
That's all.
Okay, and one more
Yes.
time. What's modifying?
Yes.
Modifying is to pick
Changing.
specific
Which ones?
ones. Yeah.
Changing.
Okay.
And the reason why I want to
I'm pro monitoring.
I'm down for both.
Anti-
I'm
I'm
down for
down.
both.
I would say no
To what?
because
To what?
to
We're gonna end up
modify-
with zombies. You're right.
Nope,
Fuck.
I would say no.
Fuck,
to
we
modifying.
found it. That's
Hold
the
on.
zombies.
But
Listen.
you're
coming.
pro monitor.
Pro
coming
monitoring is
home.
fine.
Yes.
IVF is
Yes.
a great thing, but
Yes.
modifying I think could become an
but
issue.
the
Hold on.
Fuck, you don't understand, man.
Because
I am Legends
listen,
coming. Fuck.
listen.
Go ahead.
The 1%
Fuck.
can literally create these fucking
No, that's
like,
what I said. Yeah.
subhuman fucking people.
Subhuman. That'll be less than.
Superhuman.
Superhuman, yeah.
What's the other one?
Zombies. It's like I said.
No, it's not gonna be a fucking zombie. They're not gonna be dead.
Fucking zombies are coming.
Oh my god, I'm going to the bathroom.
Don't break the seal, bro.
But
guys
the
are
reason
being
why I
mad.
was trying to separate,
Brandon, we're off that
Are
topic.
these insurance
I,
children?
no, shut up.
Being men.
Not yet. The reason I'm separating
This
IBF,
whole fucking thing is about being men.
Derek.
Bro, all I saw was your forehead.
Forehead.
You fuck.
The reason I'm trying to separate IBF from the monitoring and monitoring is because you don't need IBF to do that.
Yeah.
You can
Wait, you don't need the IBF to do what?
to genetically monitor. So, Jewish people had a disease called Tay-Sachs.
Yeah.
Taste who?
What?
Tay-Sachs.
What's that?
It's a disease it's a neurological disease. It's basically like their sickle cell.
Okay.
Okay.
Only
Okay.
thing is, their child will die within 3 years.
Y'all see this? He know that shit off the top, bro. He know that off the top of the
And
dome, bro.
Before there was IBF, the Jews would like.
I don't know if we
we're
can say
Jewish.
it like that.
We're
We
Jewish.
are Jewish
We're
now.
Jewish.
So we can say it like
I'm sorry,
that, but
y'all
what would
can't.
you want to call them?
I don't know. What is the term?
It's Jews. It's Jews.
You sound very German in
listen,
here.
shut
You
up.
sound very German.
But they had basically they would go to their rabbi,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and their rabbi would have an extensive list of people's family traits.
Yeah.
And they would go, your family has the gene for Tay-Sachs, and your family has the gene for Tay-Sachs. Y'all guys may not want to have children.
See,
Y'all
that's-
might want to adopt instead.
That's different.
That's genetic monitoring without IBF. So we didn't need
Yeah.
IBF to do that.
Okay.
And that's the only. I just wanted IBF to be
So let's realize
to its root.
you wanted.
'Cause-
You just said that.
because
I
not,
think,
You
yeah,
wanted.
not
I
every
think you
country
argue this
requires-
Hold on.
personally.
Not every country requires IBF to do what
Okay.
you're saying it does.
Yeah. But time out. You just said I wanted.
Just like you guys wanted IBF to be associated.
No.
Yeah,
No, not that we wanted it to be associated. The way it is used now.
Where?
Here.
Just here.
America.
No,
But there-
you
no,
say just here,
no,
but hold on. You say just here.
How's it used in
But we
Iraq?
don't know if it's used the same way around the world. We don't know.
How's it
That's
used in
exact-
Iraq?
Exactly.
James,
thank
how's
you.
it used in Iraq?
Exactly.
So,
thank you. So
but,
go
okay.
to IBF to its root. So just in case it's not like that
James,
everywhere.
James.
It's understood everywhere.
Okay, but how do
Which is just-
talking like
We have a
which is
problem with
just-
that still to
Which
these
is just
days.
one thing.
Geneva Convention. Oh, who does that affect?
Look,
Everybody-
IBF
everybody.
is just
But
one
who?
thing.
literally everybody,
You're killing prisoners every day.
the world, it affect everybody.
But
The world.
IBF in it's just one
Bad
kill
argument.
prisoners
Bad
every-
argument.
They killed.
Go ahead.
It's just basically and fertilizing an egg outside of the womb. That's all it is.
James,
Yes.
I have a question.
Now it's
You want to fight?
No, I don't want to fight.
All right.
But I don't fight who?
Everybody.
All right.
Brandon, how'd you bump into that?
What?
It's still shaking.
I didn't do that. That's the air.
All right, come sit down. What are you doing?
Eating.
You
She
can
don't-
eat on
she
camera,
don't
just
wanna
don't
be-
chew in your mic.
And the mic.
There was an easy nasty joke to be thrown right there. Brandon, we don't want to hear that part. Just pull the mic away. She's over here. Yeah. So back to it. Wouldn't you not assume, but wouldn't you think once they know, oh, we can use this skill to prevent or help this, it would become the standard. I understand in other countries and stuff, maybe they're not as advanced technology wise, but they could, or the standard might become IBF could or is used for this now.
But now you talk about what it can become. I'm just
No,
talking
no, no,
about
right now-
what it literally was and
Yeah.
still is.
Hold on. I will say this. You're getting too wrapped up in the definition again.
Yeah, we don't want the
we know
definition
what
only.
IVF
We're
is
talking
and
about
still
practical
is.
use now.
But now
This
we're
is what
saying
it's used
what
as.
it's going to be.
This is what it's used
No,
as.
what you're saying is what is. Yeah, if we're talking about what it's going to be,
Mike,
then I
Mike,
would be
Mike.
fine with us talking about it in a future tense.
If I just start doing this as your symbol to get to your mic, will this work?
No.
You know what you need to do? The Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You need
But-
to do the Joe Rogan.
Just sit back, bring it with you.
But okay, so everyone's
what?
definition has been given.
Hold on.
Let's
Like
go
Joe
to what it can
Rogan
do.
says, keep the mic a fist distance from your face at all times.
So let's. All right.
Not your fist, little hands.
So
You bring
look,
it back.
everyone's
Oh.
definition for it got thrown out. It doesn't. So we're on the same page. Doesn't matter how you want to look at it.
Okay.
Let's talk about what it can do.
What, IBF or genetically modifying?
It's,
I want to go back to genetically modifying. To be
yes,
honest.
let's go to
So
that.
genetically modifying would
So-
be picking specific traits,
Selecting.
attributes that your child could have.
Choosing the sex.
But we've been doing
That's
that
where
for a
it
long
starts.
time.
But when we do stuff like that,
With
it's
abortion.
scary
Hold on,
because
hold on.
They kept going.
Bro, you want to tell me they just or a while ago? That's probably like 7-8 years ago that they did the ear on the
should
pig.
you be allowed to determine your child's sex?
No,
Yes.
well, yeah,
no.
Yes.
Because where does
No,
it
but
stop?
you know
Let's-
why that became a thing?
You're right. It's like I want
one sec.
a fucking
One sec.
vampire.
One sec. Like,
that a gender?
let's say,
Is that a gender?
Nah, Ginger's gonna have
and this is gonna be a hot button topic. And this is why I'm bringing this up.
You can have a
Sorry,
We
genders.
discovered that there's a gay gene. Now, do you determine if your kid's gonna be gay or not?
Who the fuck are you?
Where does it stop?
This dude just had a gay
James.
gene.
No,
I'm gonna punch
James.
him.
No, I'm saying
You
it's
sure
a-
you don't want to
I
fight?
just said it's
Yo.
a hot button topic.
Yo.
Now we know we're establishing.
Who are you?
We're establishing kids are born gay.
Who are
not
you to
choosing
decide?
it.
Who are you to decide if your
That's-
kid's gay or
that's
not?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's saying it's
That's-
like a scenario.
We're
I get that.
We're
No, but I
saying
get that.
when
But
we
what
when
I'm
we
saying
state
He's asking what if.
no, we're stating now. Gay gene means your child's born gay.
So
it's
what?
not a choice.
So what? That's just
You-
what I'm saying.
listen.
I'm asking you. Do you go in and decide if your kid's gonna be gay or not?
If you're one of those
Where does
real Bible dumpers,
Where does it start?
Maybe that's your God's
If
way of showing
choose
you
your
you're
kid-
wrong.
What I'm saying, you're choosing your kid's gender.
Hmm.
Where does it stop?
but I think the reason why they're choosing genders and why it started.
I don't
is
like how
to
we just keep asking
repopulate.
fucking questions. Can we like answer what he's asking? Like, what do you? What
No.
Do you feel?
Like I want to know your. I want to know, like from each of
Wait,
you.
I don't even know if the answer fit, but thanks.
Where's your limitations? Where do you say
There is none.
we
I-
shouldn't touch?
when it comes to science,
none.
Thank you.
Is that how you feel? So you
There
should
is none.
You should
Fully.
know. No, I'm talking about Brianna's moral opinion.
Your
There
own,
is
your
no
own.
You should be able to
limitations.
change anything on your kid.
Yeah, if my kid has autism,
wouldn't.
he has autism. Like, I don't care.
That's
That's
I'm
what he's
you.
asking you. Why
Like-
you being
Okay,
an
but
ass?
you guys were saying that of course, if my kid has, I would stop them from having any health problems. It's the same fucking shit.
No.
If
No,
my,
it's not.
look,
All right, hold
if
on,
my
hold
kid
on,
comes
hold
out
on.
with his
It's the
spine
same thing.
outside
Hey,
of his skin, his
chill out.
spine is outside his skin.
Hold on.
It's
Listen.
not my choice.
All right, since I have to remind you guys, I'm gonna be the moderator. So when I say chill out, let's quiet down. Go into what you said.
Right.
Your question is a valid question. He's not asking what you think, as in like the general sense. He's asking you personally. Would you
I answered you. No,
You
I would
wouldn't?
not fuck with my kid. I don't know how else to put it.
at all?
At all. I don't care if it's autistic, his spine is outside of his skin, his heart's outside of her skin.
Okay,
It
what
don't
about you?
matter.
I like how you went his and hers. Now for
You're
you,
welcome.
would you at all, if you know your child's gonna have any kind of a genetic disease or any kind of thing, would you try and prevent it? If you could genetically modify and the child be okay? That's what he's asking. And the gay thing, it's gonna. Man,
No, I-
hold on, it's too late. It's on the internet.
No,
now.
I wanted.
Say stop.
I
Say
wanted
stop.
that.
They were like, we're just gonna clip this
No,
part.
I wanted that because
You like
it's a very hard thing because
I see what you
For
did there.
Bible thumpers.
no. Let me
for some people in general,
because
not Bible thumpers. You gotta think about.
some people just don't think it's natural. I
Some-
don't agree.
You got to
with them.
remember also certain what's the word I'm thinking right now? Certain fuck, what do you call it? Demographics or whatever. But
That's why I would go with demographics.
nah, but like when you talk about certain like cultures, that's the
Yeah.
word. They are heavy against it. Older Latino, older Black
Yeah.
are against it altogether. So it's
Yeah.
not only religion. His question to you is: would you modify or
No.
at all? So would you consider abortion?
No.
So you'd give birth to a baby that
And I do
Have
what I
any?
can.
That you know will
To-
live for only 2 years,
But
and you can
Oh,
prevent
fuck.
it.
but
No,
hold on,
like,
hold
look,
on, hold on, hold on.
let her talk. Let her talk.
No, because okay, the doctor's telling me that this child is going to live for this amount of time, or it's not going to live for this amount of time. How many kids do we know that fucking have exceeded. There was
Yep,
one
true,
kid
true,
that
true,
I
true,
work.
true,
No,
true,
no,
true.
one kid that I work with.
Mm-hmm.
The doctors literally were like, she's never gonna walk, she's never gonna talk, she's never gonna do this. She literally is not viable. There's no reason for you to
What's
keep
the
this
term
baby.
they use for that again?
Failure to thrive.
They use failure to thrive.
Failure
The
to
baby
thrive.
won't make it past 3 years.
Yeah,
3 years or 2 years.
it's about 3 years.
Yeah.
So
That's a term they
That's
use.
a very weird term.
this child,
It's fucking crazy.
the fucking vocabulary on this little girl and the shit that she comes up with, her imaginative play. She's walking, she's talking, she's running, she's jumping.
So basically, she just threw out a big fuck you
How
to the
old?
doctors.
Yes. So in this aspect, that mom could have been like, "You're right. Fuck it. I'm getting rid of it."
Terminate. yeah.
Right? That's so fucked up.
Here's my question to you though. What was it? Was it like a disease that they were
camera.
going with?
Camera.
25
Or-
seconds.
Like why were they
RIP.
saying that this
Damn.
child would not?
I'm running to the bathroom while he's doing this.
Because we're talking of because let's say the mom drank. That's not genetic.
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what were the circumstances of this child? Like why?
No, she had a genetic disorder,
Okay.
and they told her that she was not going to. I'm trying not to say too much because HIPAA.
No. I don't want you to go into
Are
too
you, you're
much.
not, you're
No.
good, right?
I just wanted to know like was it because the mom drank too much?
No,
Or was
nope.
it- you know what I'm
Mom
saying?
had no drug history, had no alcohol history. She was like, she was financially stable. She had other kids. Everything was fine.
Are we only using kids for this example? Because I could show you another example where doctors are wrong.
No,
I
because
just
that person was a child that
Well,
was.
we
just
know
wanted to
somebody that they gave 2 weeks and she's still alive.
I just
to
want
this
to
day.
fit in the conversation, which is genetics. We're not talking about like outstanding circumstances where it's
Yeah.
like the mom
even-
didn't do what she was supposed to do to make the child
Even
healthy.
with my mom, they were hell bent Demia was gonna have Down syndrome. Does Demia have Down syndrome?
That baby's smart. That girl's smart.
but the thing is, we're not talking about a guessing game. We're looking at the genes, and we know that they have the trait. We know that it's going to happen.
Okay, but so looking at the genes, this baby genetically had this genetic disorder.
Not the trait.
Nope,
They
the
have it.
genetic disorder.
Yes, I understand.
And she said,
We're not talking about
Fuck
trait now.
y'all.
We're talking about
no,
disorder.
and I get.
but what
I
if
get
that mom aborted because the doctor
We're
said
not talking
whatever?
about abortions.
And what if the doctor could have been wrong?
We're talking about them
You never know.
literally going in and getting rid of it. She won't. Her kids won't
Okay,
have the
but
trait.
what's the
she
risk?
won't pass on the trait.
Thank you. What
What's the
problems does
risk?
that cause? You can't say none because we're
Okay,
not
so
doing
say
it.
this
You
mom-
guys
say this-
are
so-
aware that if you just we're
No, but
talking
hold on.
about
So
getting
you're
rid of-
saying
Brianna,
zygote.
watch your hands. You knock over this.
You're saying zygote, right.
Right.
Okay, I did not find out that my child had this disorder until they were 20 weeks along.
Yeah.
Now what?
We're talking about they already know she has the disorder.
How do we already know
moment
if
she's
it comes
a-
up late?
It won't come up late because we're looking at her DNA. We know for a fact that
Okay,
she
but
has
are they
it or
going
not.
to test every
Ja-
child?
James,
Yes,
James,
that's what we're saying.
Yo, you know just
Before
like I know.
you even go, no, we're saying that they're already checking it.
All right.
Every time you have a viable child, they already told you that this kid will have blank, 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 and
All
blank.
right.
You know for a
yeah.
fact
All right.
what your
How
kid.
many weeks did you do your first time?
What are you talking about?
All right,
You-
you're
you
doing
elaborate.
you're doing the genome and everything. You're looking at all the codes. You're looking at this. You say, "Oh shit! All right, we see this is wrong, right? So now we fix it, right?
Okay,
Wow. What week are you at?
let's make sure we're all on the same page.
You can see it.
What?
Yeah.
We said that we can check at conception. We're talking about before the baby's even in the
Okay.
womb.
All right. Now we're talking about conception, right? At this point now, we're talking about
Yeah.
conception before the baby's even in the womb, right? Boom, shit happens. You know, just like I know. Fucking what do you call those shits? Like cancer. Cancer is a
Cancer's different.
Hold on, no. Cancer is a what do you call those? What do you call that?
Mutation?
It's a mutation.
Yeah.
So now when cells mutate, and now, all right, we got rid of the autism genome, but we have a cell that mutated, and now your kid's gonna come out with
A zombie.
with a finger bone
Why with
sticking
the
out of
zombie
his
thing?
finger, right?
Because you gotta remember,
We can
fucking
fix
Iron
that?
Legend. What happened?
When they're born?
They were trying
Before
to
they
do
born.
shit
Yeah.
like that. I don't know
All
the
right,
genetic modifier,
but now
them
now
motherfuckers
now we
still
go
on
and
the sun
fix
shit.
that. Now we're 20. I'm sorry. Let's say 12 weeks in.
Or we got fucking
All right,
shark
and now
babies.
something else is wrong with your baby.
Shark babies. Like,
You're gonna keep monitoring this baby for 9 months and keep making sure. Okay, this gene is wrong. This gene is wrong. This gene is wrong.
James
Okay.
is saying
How often-
at the
wait,
first
hold on.
time you would.
Hold
I
on.
understand
No, I
that,
get his
but
question and
genes,
it's fair.
but
You ready?
cells
Let James
mutate.
answer.
How
Shit
often
mutates.
Let James answer.
did you guys monitor your child before y'all even like through the pregnancy?
Every 2 to 3 months.
Every 2 to 3
No.
months.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay,
Visits?
okay, so
Every 2 to 3
so
months.
every 2 to 3 months, you're really
At
gonna
the
change
end,
your kid.
every week.
Huh?
Yeah.
Every 2 to 3 months, you're really gonna change your kid.
Why would you? No. How
No,
many?
no, no.
How
Okay, but
many
wait.
That's
mutations
what-
do you think?
No, that's what
Hold on,
I'm
is this
asking.
just
Let's say
for?
That's not how.
Is
That's
this
not how
just for
chromosomes work.
pregnancies though?
Hold on. Let them work.
Huh?
Genetically modifying. Is it just for pregnancies?
Eventually,
you
we
could
could
genetically
genetically
modify-
modify ourselves.
Yeah, that's
What
what
about
you can do.
cancer?
Oh yeah, that'd be a
No,
modification
yeah, we
to
can
get
do
it
that.
out.
But chromosomes
mutation.
don't
Someone's
change
famous, bro.
that
I,
rapidly.
Corey.
I understand that chromosomes
you a
don't
hoe.
change, but what I'm saying is the
They change,
mutation,
just not
the,
rapidly.
the
Okay,
mutation still can be there.
I think you're scaring yourself.
I'm not.
No,
scaring
he's
myself.
right, bro. He's
No,
right because
I'm
I'd
not.
rather
I'm
err on the
just
side of
open to
caution because these
thoughts.
fucking zombies can happen.
I'm just
No.
open to more
No,
what can
but
happen.
what you're,
Like,
but
like,
you're,
like,
what you're doing is
You got a gun?
making chromosomes
I got a
act in a
gun.
way that they
yo,
don't.
yo, listen.
Keep that
it's,
thing on you,
it's
bro.
as simple as this, and I hate to use your kid as an example. Week 10, Kaylee
Then
could,
don't.
Kaylee could have been
Oh, she
perfect.
did it.
You even dropped the name.
Week 22, something could have been wrong.
Kaylee is perfect.
I mean, chromosomes.
We know that.
But
Well,
chromosomes
something
don't
could-
change that rapidly.
It's not about the
Corey.
chromosomes. It's
It-
about the genome. The genes can change.
Chromosomes control the genome. Chromosomes are human programming.
But chromosomes are nothing but cells.
But he's saying, at 22 weeks,
He's
Can
right
shit change?
because they
at
told
22
us
weeks they can mutate.
they
shit
told us that
changes.
yeah.
Like
They
even
can't-
right now,
no,
my genes could
You-
mutate.
Thank
but
you.
like
That's
I-
my
Well,
point.
cancer is a
they-
mutation of a
They
gene.
can
Yes.
mutate, and like I
Or
said
it's out.
when he asked earlier, you monitor the child's genes the whole pregnancy.
Okay,
All right,
so,
so
at,
now-
at week 22, we find out that
He
this
said
child
monitor the
has
genes.
cancer.
Didn't he
said
say
the whole-
the genetic monitoration shit?
But the whole time you're
Remember?
monitoring this kid so you can change it.
no.
You, what do
No, you would
All right.
hold on.
We're not.
Let me
We're-
break it down easier. Week 10,
All right, hold on.
Week
I'm
10.
sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off.
you fix autism.
I feel
Go ahead,
I
sorry.
feel like you're going too heavy and deep into the I don't want to say conspiracy of it, but
Right.
you're going too deep into it where it's kind of getting us off topic of
I'm more-
making
oh, I'm sorry.
of making these fucking superheroes. Like let's
He's
fucking
trying to
make
prevent a
Deku, bro.
supervillain.
Let's make Deku.
Alright.
You can be all for one, that's fine, or one for all, whatever.
One for all.
One for all. You could be one for all, that's fine. Just know we're gonna come kick your ass
Hashtag designer babies.
out here.
Go.
Wait, no, they wear their babies on their fucking shoulders, bro.
Like
you know,
design-
like a
Gucci
dog,
bag?
bro. You know how they put their dog in the fucking.
But
Not
do
even a
they-
dog; it's an
hold on.
accessory.
So okay, so we're genetically modifying kids, right?
Yeah, so
Right.
let's go eventually into the future.
But wait, do they
Wait, hold
already
on.
need the gene?
No, because if they're genetically modifying that, yeah, the gene would be in a bank of some sort that they already have.
And you pay for that.
Yeah, but you gotta realize the gene would have to
Every
be
gene?
a blank.
But
Yeah.
wait, is that my gene that's in there?
Time out.
'Cause I
The-
want money.
The gene would need to be a blank in the sense of
It's a
that
protein.
it's compatible with anybody. Not that it's like, oh, type A or type O or whatever the fuck it is, blood types or whatever it is that they would match up to. No, it needs to be a blank stem cell.
It would no. Well,
I would
it's,
think-
it's low. No. So
I would assume it'd be
I
a
get
stem
what
cell.
you're saying, but when it comes to chromosomes
Big
and
boobs.
genes, it's proteins. There's no
Okay.
DNA.
So,
there's no.
alright,
There's
cool.
no.
So
it's
proteins is the
compatible
blank-
with everybody.
that's the
It'd be
blank
compatible
slate.
with
And the
everybody.
protein.
Fat ass.
Is what I'm saying.
Brianna, relax, bro. No fucking father wants their child to have that shit. Relax.
You don't.
They
No.
should.
Unless it's your son, he's gonna be a running back.
They should. That's true. Running
That's-
backs all have nice asses. I mean, fat asses. I mean, big asses.
Why do you watch football again?
To watch the asses.
To watch they ass.
To
Anyways.
what? To
In those
watch. Not a
pads.
two.
Yo, all right, hold on. Give me name a linebacker, a running back. Don't say nothing, nobody. She took that shot back.
You,
so
wouldn't-
she just talking
you
shit.
don't have to worry about me saying.
Come on,
anybody's
James
name.
White.
Listen,
Corey.
Why does he come to your mind?
Corey.
he's not a running back.
She said run. Name him.
The whole conversation just right then, by context, was because they got a fat ass, and then you go and
No,
list off a
she said-
motherfucker's name.
She said you said name a running back.
No, I said that because of what she said.
You're not
But
rating
wait,
a running
wait.
back.
That was Corey's
He said that Matt Corey,
observation.
right?
A running
Yeah.
back.
So
Corey's the one that said the
You
running
want
backs
to
have
want
a fat
to
ass.
name somebody with a fatty?
Nah.
What's that chick's
No,
name
no.
off
Oh,
the?
nah, bro. We talking.
Alright.
Have me wait for
Let's get back to these
Have you thrown
superheroes.
off?
Why are you so focused on goddamn superheroes?
Okay, that's what the
All right,
genetic
let's
modifying is
let's
gonna
round
become.
out because
So
we
the-
still got a whole nother topic.
So-
I
Well,
took the shot because I didn't know.
Cheers to James.
I want to know what
James.
Derek. So you wouldn't touch anything, and Brianna wouldn't touch anything. Cool. I got one more question after
I
this.
would.
I got one more question after this. All right.
I wouldn't touch. Hold on. I wouldn't touch it because I wouldn't have a job if everyone touched it.
Okay, so you just do
Selfish
job
motherfuckers.
security over here.
Yes.
All right, so if you were to ask me would I genetically modify, I would. Why would I genetically modify? Would be reasons of
He wants
Health?
fucking superhero.
health and having a superhero child.
All Might?
No.
No.
I want more like
He wants Deku
I want a
or
Todoroki.
Bakugo
Fuck Bakugo. Bakugo's cool, but fuck Bakugo. I want a Todoroki.
because he would fucking
I want a
attack
Todoroki
you.
or a Bakugo or a Deku.
Deku.
That's the two I would want. I could even go for a homeboy
What
who
about
has.
Froppy?
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, how about you
What's
get
up
a
with
kid that's
Fluffy?
like a
Nothing.
Gemini?
Huh?
Fire
No,
and
so
Ice.
hold on. First off, that's
Kirishima.
Todoroki.
My
That's
Hero
homie.
Academia, if
Kirishima.
anybody.
So if anybody who
wants to
don't know,
know.
we're talking about a show called My Hero Academia. It's just basically an anime, so a lot of people really ain't into it. But there's a big following behind it. My Hero Academia it's basically a bunch of kids that go to this school called UA, and it's a university where they learn to be superheroes and control their powers and things. It's different. It's different.
Nice. It's nice.
But
And it's easy to watch for
the
anybody.
Very
thing is,
easy.
these kids have powers that are called quirks, and the quirks could be brought-
Anything.
They
From
can
their
get it from
parents.
anything, but they get it from genetics of their parents and stuff. There have been people who were born without quirks in in history. I think it was 2 total. Deku's one, and then there was somebody else before him, I think.
No spoilers.
I'm just saying.
First episode,
So
tell us
it's in the
what it
first episode, right?
is. It's like 5 minutes in.
Yeah. So
That's the first thing he says. I have no powers. No
that
love
is
of
just
powers.
that's just the backdrop of where we're going with this. So for me personally, I would want someone like my kid. If I got to start choosing now because what we're talking down the line, we could talk. All right, you could genetically modify your kid's hair color. You could genetically modify their eye color. Now you can start talking muscle tone, muscle fibers, and things like that. Okay, so what about when in the way future they start talking? All right, we can start introducing abilities.
Strength.
Give the
we
kid the
can
ability of an electric eel.
Exactly.
Using
you can start,
CRISPR.
You can start.
CRISPR is amazing.
You
but I
can
still
start
would use that.
introducing. You can start introducing attributes or I don't want to say powers, but basically it's what it would
Powers.
eventually become, right? First thing I'm doing is I'm going for fire and water. I think, to be honest.
This is why it can't happen.
Why? Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Because
you're
you're following a show to
No,
make
no,
your
not
child.
at all, not at all. Not at all.
Bombardier beetle. It's a beetle that literally makes chemical reactions.
This
that
motherfucker
make
would-
explosions.
No,
What-
explosion.
This
I
is
know.
a
I know.
thing.
Yeah. Hold on.
This is
No.
a thing.
I'm just saying, bro.
These are things.
I need to make sure
But
that.
what about the
far
lizard
off.
that could shoot
But
blood
why
from
would
his
your
eyes?
child need
Hold on,
that?
stop.
Why
Zombies.
wouldn't your
Zombies.
child-
That's
why
why.
wouldn't your
She
child
already said
need
it.
that?
Zombies.
Just like
Yo,
crime.
if your kid is in
Dog.
war, right,
Superpowers. He's
and
like-
it could shoot blood from his eyes,
It's because
he's gonna make people run away. What's
Yeah.
a lizard?
I know the lizard, but damn, dog.
the horned toad.
Yo, this dude said shoot blood from his eyes. Nah, bro.
Everybody's running away.
But when
That's a
it's-
zombie.
All right,
That's
it's gonna
fine when they're
cost
an
a pretty
adult, but
penny,
when they're a
though.
All
baby and they're crying 'cause they're
back,
hungry.
Back to me answering your question. For me, in all honesty, and this is like putting away the joking and stuff with the zombies and the heroes.
I don't believe it.
For the most part, like some of those like diseases that we can't pick on, like the ones that we can specifically talk about one in our own family. There's one that we all do not know if we have. The only way we will know is when time tells.
Right.
You could go get tested for it, but once you're tested for it and know, is it worth living?
No. It's scary.
That is something I struggle with on a daily basis.
Every day.
No.
So for me, it's one of those things like, why wouldn't I prevent that for my child?
All right, now to jump off of that.
Is that in your hands?
But wait,
If hold on, if we're talking genetic modification, and they ask me, listen, you want us to make sure that they do not have this? Absolutely.
what
Okay.
about depression, anxiety? Is that all controllable?
No.
I don't think that's controllable. That's
eventually-
your environment, right?
Eventually,
No.
we'll be able to do it.
No.
Eventually, we'll be able to
but
find
No,
it.
what-
that's chemicals in your body.
If
chemicals.
everybody,
It's chemicals.
if
So
Yeah,
hold on,
but
hold
in
on.
my,
So
in my
wait.
family,
His question.
it's
His
a
question
trait.
is perfect. A lot of the times with women, and it's heavier on the women's side, I think. I know it's heavy in guys too, but women definitely have this thing where you're talking on the social side. A lot of the bullying and things that happen
People
eventually
dying,
eventually give them more on the heavy like depression side
Yeah.
and body. They hate themselves. Hold on, or they hate their body and things like that.
I'm just asking,
That's our
is
next
that
topic.
clinical depression or there's two types,
I think
right?
it's clinical because you got
That's what I was
chemical,
just trying to understand.
chemicals from a chemical imbalance in the
right,
body.
right.
And that
they
I think
cannot
would be
help
more
that.
genetic.
That is
That's
yeah,
genetic,
for
for
sure.
That's genetic. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So with that being stated, then we're throwing that as, let's say, it's the standard, right?
hold on. Genetic being standard.
No, the standard is that we're establishing that there is a chemical imbalance and which causes
then
depression.
environmental.
Then environmental
So
or
the
society.
chemical imbalance
I'm sorry,
is the norm, right?
No. Both
are
are
norm?
the standard, not norm.
Standard.
The
Standard. I
standard.
should have said. It's my bad. Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, now we agree and address the social part of it.
Right.
How do we stop that? Stop the social media bullying, stop the body shaming, and all that shit, right?
Let people
Boom.
know that it's okay to talk.
Now, how do you fix the genetic part
can't
or the chemical imbalance?
Of course
a lot
not.
of the times they start to give you a medication
Right.
to get your chemicals back. Now, hold on.
Which is called an SSRI.
I do not feel it's wrong to try and get someone's chemicals balanced once you do that. My only issue is that why do they need to take that for the remainder of however long? It should be one of those things that help them just balance their body out, just like when these
Balance it
bitches or women try to get their pH levels balanced.
Ooh.
Same shit. What? You can't be fucking around here. Motherfucking skin break out sometimes.
First of all, women don't fucking get their pH balanced out.
No.
That's what they
It's
eat.
not a pill.
Yeah,
what
they
they
eat
eat.
like pineapples or something like that to
No,
balance
that's for
out
you
the
guys.
acids and shit.
Oh,
No.
oh.
That-
We thank you.
what happened?
If it's fallen.
No.
Oh, it's not.
Brianna.
It's not. Yo, screw the back, Derek. You know what I'm talking about,
He
dog.
knows
You know what I'm.
He
you know,
knows how to
you
do
know.
that.
Screw the
Screw
back.
Scoot it back.
Screw.
Not scoot it.
I think it's a scoot. I was like, y'all some nasty fucks. Anyways, so if we were to try and talk about genetically modifying traits like depression and things like that,
Yeah.
this is where you start to go into my morals of things. And as a parent, obviously my morals and feelings I would want to somewhat cast onto my child of a sense, right? I want my child to be a good person, try and better themselves each and every day, love everybody, so on and so forth, right? Now, not everybody, but I'm saying for me specific. You ask me, I'm gonna give you my take. It's in our bio. It's in our bio. Anyways, me as a person, I feel like you have to go through the rough shit to really enjoy the good stuff.
Yes.
So for me, I would go through. Listen, man, because before you try to cut me
I
off,
didn't say anything. I'm just.
Talking to her.
Oh.
I went through my dark time or whatever. I also feel like personally, and I don't care what flack I get or whatever, the motherfuckers, guy or girl, that use depression or suicide to keep a motherfucker around, you're a weak ass motherfucker.
Yes.
And you deserve an ass whooping.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yes.
I feel you
There's
should.
people out here suffering.
If someone
Yes.
don't want to be with you, okay, cool, let them go. It's gonna be tough. Take the punch on the chin or whatever the fuck you want to say, and keep it moving. Shit's gonna get better, 100%. It's
Word.
gonna get better. Life is longer than you
perspective.
think. Perspective, but at the same time, this person, yeah, they're everything to you right now, but you can also over time.
You existed before them.
Yo,
Exactly.
listen.
You
Your
were
life
your own
without
person
them
before.
is longer than with them.
Hold on,
But this
That's
is.
not always.
We're not talking about.
I
Can
understand
be.
that,
Can
but
be.
no, I'm
It
asking.
can
I'm
be.
just hold on. I'm just
making
throwing it out
sure
there.
we're-
Wait, because I'm talking about my morals now. I personally,
Selfish.
no, as much as that, how many? let's
I
be
wasn't
real.
even trying to change it. I was just trying to figure out. You're just talking about depression, like
Yeah.
breakup, not
Yeah.
chemical depression.
No.
Yeah, no.
Different.
Well, time out because
That's all- that's
if
all
there's
I
a
was thinking.
time out, if there's a chemical imbalance, a breakup would be heavy to them,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
If it's a societal thing,
Yes.
it's still gonna be like, damn, now everybody's gonna make fun of me.
Yes.
But if it's a chemical imbalance, that means the person's already not.
That's what I'm trying to.
But
that's
then,
what I'm
when
trying to
those
say.
two,
In
when
the
those
end,
two
no,
collide, 'cause
I'm-
people have both.
Time out. From the beginning, I told you that was my standard from what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Right.
I already know this. This is my standard, and I'm moving from it. It don't matter what the fuck you try and push. Oh, is this
Yo,
social?
hold on. You could be locked in your ideas.
No,
though.
because
No.
because
No,
I
no.
think one's out of their control though.
That's
Yeah,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
That's all I'm
That's
trying
what
to.
I'm
No,
saying.
he knows chemicals.
I know,
out of-
bro.
Right,
I
right.
deal
I'm
with that
just-
shit every fucking day.
I'm not
But he's still-
challenging you. I'm just trying to
But
understand.
he's saying
Yeah.
that it,
Oh no, time out. From everything I'm saying, I'm taking that as my standard. I'm not moving any other way other than I know chemical imbalance is in there, and I know society's pressures and stuff are also there.
Right.
That's how I'm moving this whole time I'm talking.
yes.
So it doesn't matter if you take it from the chemical imbalance side or the society thing. Regardless, in the end, for me, it comes down to you can be chemically imbalanced. You can be
You do realize
Soci-
both
the-
of them could be at the same
yeah.
time. Okay.
You can be depressed by society's take or whatever the pressures are. For me, no matter if it's society or it's a chemical imbalance, no matter what, you should not be like, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself.
I agree.
That's
I
what
agree.
I'm saying.
I
I'm
agree.
with-
I
I'm with
agree.
you.
Yeah.
So
I
basically,
agree.
don't hold a fucking
I
person
agree.
hostage.
Yeah.
Holding
I
them
agree.
hostage.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes. All right.
I
Bro,
agree.
listen, hold
That's
on.
not fair.
You gotta
That's not
realize, and I hate talking about this, but I had this one person for me who was heavy for me for the longest time. And that was my biggest learning experience. Never once would I ever say, oh, if you leave, I'm going to kill myself. Yeah, I was fucking depressed. I was hurting. I was sad or whatever. But you should not do that in the sense of your own sanity and just theirs. If they don't want to be with you, all right, cool. I feel like it's a weak-ass fucking move as a person to try and put that weight on someone else.
Yeah.
I would never,
That's a question of character.
Right now, if we were to split, I would never be like, oh, if you leave me, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
But wait,
never.
No,
but
because you
wait,
killed
what I-
her.
No.
See, no,
Hold on.
okay.
But what I will say
Allegedly.
is,
Don't be
it's also,
talking about that bitch, Derek.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Not a motherfucking factor. But anyways, but she probably was taught that.
Who?
Like that probably like she saw her mom doing that to her father.
Oh, yeah.
Or vice
I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you,
versa.
I'm
So
with
she
you, I'm
was
with you.
like, "This is how I'm gonna get him to stay,
Right.
is by saying this."
Yeah,
Whether
yeah,
she
yeah.
meant it or not, who knows? She
Yeah.
probably did.
I'm sorry. In the end, still a weak ass bitch.
No, absolutely.
Just like if a motherfucker do it, it's a weak ass nigga. I'm sorry.
This went in a way where my segue would be like so weird now.
It's 8:20,
How long is it gonna take you to go? Check.
45 minutes.
Yeah, they ain't 45.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just take
We're
93.
good then. We're good then.
Yeah.
We're good then.
I was gonna ask a question, but I said we
What
can
time
move
we
on
leave?
to the next topic.
So I
after
think
this?
we should, because right now we've been on like an hour 40. We should move to the next
Yeah,
topic.
that's fine. I'm just saying, bro. And everybody out there, I want you to listen to my words. Do not hold someone else hostage because you are afraid. Do not hold someone else hostage because you're hurting in the sense that you don't want them to leave
They
you.
don't love you
Yo,
anymore.
take
if it's
it
like
from
that.
It's not a
won't.
matter.
No.
They,
They won't.
might still love you, but they just don't want to
Yo,
be with
can I,
you.
can I
That
say this as a
happens.
depressed person?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Same.
Take it from me. The best thing to do sometimes is
I'm gonna
to
play this
move
violin.
on.
Derek,
What?
you look like an insensitive asshole.
No, for
Fuck
real.
you. I am.
Yo,
it.
Looks
Whatever,
like-
I
Yo,
don't care.
yo, Derek, you know my situation.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Sometimes the best thing to do is to just fucking move on. No
so we're
bullshit.
saying
Yeah.
the same thing though.
No
Yeah,
bullshit.
absolutely.
So-
Just move on.
In the sense,
Don't play my violin. I'll play it myself.
in the long run, it's on my end. It's maybe a tough love sense. Get through it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it as in like fuck
But a
your
lot of-
feelings, but I am saying fuck your feelings if
Yes.
you're trying to
But a lot of
overcast somebody with something like I'll kill myself.
listen,
You know how
a
big
lot
that
of
is?
people don't have coping mechanisms though. They were never taught that.
Yeah. Okay.
So you might have
You
taught
go out
yourself
and learn
that.
it.
No. Oh, stop it. But that's what I'm saying is it's all about it's all about being taught or learning. You learn coping mechanisms. You learn how to deal with that shit. You learn it's about perspective. But
Right.
a lot of people are so locked in their own freaking mind that they don't know how to be like, if I just tell myself that I'm gonna be okay, I got this day.
Right.
A lot of people don't have that shit.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying is a lot of people need to hear that.
Happy is all about perspective. Tell yourself you're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
it's-
about that.
No,
I don't
but
either.
even
I don't know
for
about that.
example, it's about perspective. For example, traffic. Get her. For example, it's traffic, right? Traffic. Everybody hates traffic, right? Traffic sucks. Traffic this. How I look at it is, I left my job at this time for a reason, right? At some point, you could have easily been the one in the car accident. You could have easily been the one, you know, freaking whatever it might be, have a seizure and whatever it might be.
Right.
You have
Sometimes
to
your day
look
just
at it.
sucks.
Yeah, but and that's okay.
Right.
That's okay to have a shitty day, but to get stuck in a shitty day, that's where the problem comes in.
Right. It's like the way I look at it is, you know, like every day I restart my life.
What's this thing? Make your own beach, I think it is.
That's it's essentially that.
Yeah.
Essentially that. Like every day I start my life brand new.
Brand new.
As a depressed person, I say, okay, new day, new attitude. Yesterday it was a shitty day.
Exactly.
A day, not a lifetime. Sometimes you gotta just get over that hill.
Yep.
And if you close your eyes and the next day you
Yep.
wake up, it's a new hill.
And you might have a shitty week.
You might have a shitty
That's
week.
okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
and this is coming from someone that has had postpartum depression, has had regular depression, has had tried to deal with it by myself, taken medication. I've done it all, except for drugs.
You're missing out.
But James does not do drugs. Extracurricular.
Nah, drugs is James.
You don't do like heroin or nothing, right?
I don't do that hair wrong.
All right.
heroin.
Cocaine.
That cocaine.
But it's true. You know, I made it a point to talk to my doctor about the fact that, you know, depression runs in my family.
Mhm.
My mother is severely depressed. I'm sure my aunts are. Like, it's just in my family. As a woman, I think society kind of creates it in a way. But I was like, I need something to help me. I started medication, but I had a conversation with my doctor that I don't want to remain on medication. I want to be able to deal with those bad days. I want to be able to figure out how I can say, fuck, today sucked. But I don't have to sleep all day.
Would you use
I don't know how y'all feel about
medication
this.
to adjust you?
So I started a low dose of medication,
Right.
and then I gradually came off of it little by little.
Right.
Was there a difference? A little bit.
Right.
But it was also, and granted, I did have Derek to be like, how did I do today? How did I, how was I?
That's what I was
because
saying.
there have
Talking
been
helps.
times, yeah.
Talking does.
There
So
have
good.
been times where
How
I
do
just
y'all feel about
literally.
therapists? I think everyone should have one.
Yo, listen, whether you talk or not, they get paid.
No, but you have to find the right one. I
Yes.
went to a therapist. They assigned me to a man. It just wasn't
Not
comfortable.
Yes.
And but not even saying that having a man, he just wasn't comfortable for me.
I think that a therapist
He was very creepy.
I'll get
I think
you.
a therapist is one of those things that everybody should have. Listen, you get your car tuned up. Why don't not get yourself tuned up?
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
have the wrong outlook. You always say it, and it's
But a therapist doesn't have to be somebody who gets paid.
But your outlook on it, I think, is also like
Well,
very unhealthy.
literally, whether you talk for that half hour to an hour, they still
Yes,
get paid.
but
So
a
make your
therapist-
time worth
a
it.
therapist is a person on the outside looking in. He has no ties to you, no ties to your family, no ties to any of your relationships.
Understandably.
He, she, whatever.
You're
But
right.
it's, it sucks because a lot of people go through 3 or 4, at 5, 6, who knows. Some people find the one right away and that they're comfortable with it, works great. But a lot of times people stop going to therapy because it's like, damn, I'm just going to get another shitty person.
You're right. I get
Or
that.
not even a shitty person, because that person might work really well with somebody else,
Yeah.
but that person didn't work well with
With
my
me.
situation.
Right.
And there's nothing
right.
wrong with you going, this person didn't work for me, I want somebody else. I
Yes.
just don't think the human mind is able to handle certain things on its own.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to look weak in front of the people that they care about.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
So,
yeah.
so even though you guys are honest with each other, I guarantee you there are things you don't talk to Derek about, and vice versa.
No, absolutely.
So find a safe place where a person does not owe you anything and talk.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
I think that's just important.
But I feel like a lot of people,
At the same time,
We're
you shouldn't have
taught-
to owe that person though.
but
they
a
still
lot
get
of
paid.
people
That's
were,
my problem. Go ahead.
a lot of people, sorry, no, a lot of people were taught that by you seeking a therapist, something's wrong.
And
But it's okay for something
And that's
to
a
be wrong.
stigma that should be undone.
It's okay for something
Or,
to be
or,
wrong.
or you look weak.
Like the weak thing is the weak thing that's hard because like for some cultures you're not allowed to look weak.
Exactly,
You're
yeah.
not allowed to look weak. Like if you
And
look
I think
weak,
it's harder with male.
yeah,
well-
of course, because in some cultures
Yo, she always be
and
spilling
some
shit,
there's
bro.
two things.
spill
There's two
nothing.
things here,
It's
right?
be a handful of liquor.
And
did
in
that.
some cultures, right, you can't look weak.
No.
And it's the same thing as looking somebody eye to eye in some cultures. You can't
Yeah.
do that. And some
Disrespectful,
yeah,
whatever.
or you're challenging them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So in those two cases, like okay, I might have been looking you in your eyes because I need somebody to talk to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But now, what you challenging me?
Yeah.
So now I'm back into that weak stage. It
Yeah.
falls back into that same.
Yeah.
It's a crazy cycle.
I believe
crazy
that
cycle.
art was not made by people who are okay.
Yeah.
Say it
course
again.
not.
Where art was not made by people who are okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
We're all broken, unique
Yeah,
little
but-
things, and we need to accept it and realize that the cracks make us beautiful.
That's part of why, like I said in the last one, for musicians, artists, I'm never gonna be
Yeah.
like, yo, your angle or whatever is fucked. No, I'm gonna appreciate what you put out there because that's probably your most vulnerable
Yeah.
time. To put your art, like, yo, bro, I won't draw or paint in front of a group of people.
Never.
I
You
got
won't.
this thing.
Not even
I ain't gonna do it.
Not even for Kaylee.
No bullshit. I drew fucking fish and shit with
Just
her.
now, though.
No. We did that shit years ago, like a year ago, 2 years ago.
It was hard, though.
I did it though. With
Not
her.
in front of me.
Yeah,
Why
fuck
you
you.
jealous?
Who cares? Exactly. I
Because-
did it though.
No,
so
but
no,
that's
no,
how
no.
deep it goes. He knows
I'm
Kaylee's
saying,
not gonna be
I'm
like.
saying in the end, like you said, with the artists and all that stuff, but we're all little broken creatures and stuff. Like the thing is, my problem again, and it's not a matter of just attacking people who are depressed. I've been depressed. I
Yeah.
still sometimes deal with being depressed, like everybody else. I'm sure, not diminishing people's levels of depression. That's like trying to compare my struggles with your struggles.
Yeah.
My level of bad can be a lot worse than your level of bad because you haven't dealt with shit I dealt with.
Exactly.
Or you haven't been through shit I've been through, or you don't deal with my day-to-day shit.
Yeah.
So I always say never gauge someone else's shit against yours. Never. It just don't work out that way.
That's a weird game to play anyway.
There's people that do it.
Yeah, I know.
There's
This is
some-
a very
this
weird
is
game.
This is a good segue to body dysmorphia, though.
So let's do that. We're gonna move into body dysmorphia, and for those who don't know, body dysmorphia is when a person sees their self a certain way, which is not how they actually look.
Yeah.
It could be.
So they're so focused on like a physical
certain
defect
parts.
or
My-
something that they see that other people wouldn't pay attention to or don't. It's not even there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw this one out there that is like probably on the typical side that you would normally hear. It's like, oh, I'm so fat.
Yes.
Guy or girl, don't matter. The thing is, and what I find crazy and like on the way that the psyche works, is that people will see themselves in videos and be like, that's not me.
Wow.
Holy shit. James,
Wow.
I'm gonna do a study. What is this?
That's a heart.
Why do you say that's a heart? This is my hands making what? A shape.
Right.
This is not what a heart looks like.
Yeah.
That's what we
but all right, 'cause
identified
I'm
as
kind
a heart.
of not
So hold on.
learned up on this. I want to ask you:
learned up.
You said-
studied.
you said
Informed.
you
Yeah.
said body dysmorphia is there a positive too?
To body dysmorphia?
Like-
I don't know. I don't know.
Touch it. It's black. Touch it.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I-
flick live view.
this is gonna sound kind of fucked up. Okay, but okay, just to get my point across. Can an ugly person think that they're hard as hell?
I don't. Does that count as body dysmorphia? I think dysmorphia is it. I don't know if it's just that you see yourself different. Are we on?
No,
Do it one more time if it's showing the 3 circles.
it was. No, you were wrong.
We're live. All right, we're good. Sorry for the interruption on the video feed. Still trying to figure it out. If there's any tech people that know how to get a DSLR, I have a class 10 memory card, and I don't know if that's the issue. I've been trying to research this shit left and right all week. If anybody knows how to stop it from going to the standby mode or whatever, I took the timer, I put it to 30 minutes. There's no way to turn it off that I know of on a Nikon. Let me know. With that being said, back to the discussion. I don't know if body dysmorphia is a negative sense, where it's like the dysmorphia part is that you don't see yourself how you are, being that you see yourself on a negative side.
Okay.
Or like you said, oh, someone who isn't particularly attractive is like, yo, I'm fucking hot as shit. Now, sometimes we would throw that term as conceited.
Right.
But
Right.
that doesn't count as body dysmorphia.
No, I'm trying to.
No,
figure
we
out-
were trying to
that's
figure
what
that
I'm
out,
trying
and
to
I
figure
was
out.
telling him, I
What
think,
exactly
Is it?
is.
It's because how, as a doctor, right?
Yeah.
How can I say you're fucking hideous?
you're like, you're ugly as fuck.
You know what I mean?
Maybe you see yourself different from what
But
you
how
are.
can you? Oh, but in the
But how do
reverse,
you
to challenge
measure?
that,
How do you measure?
determine
Because what
beauty?
I find beautiful and what I find attractive is going to be different than the next.
Like I always say, Brianna, what's my saying?
She's not for me.
That's what I say if I don't find her attractive. I say she's not for me
I was
because
like,
someone,
hold on, because you say a lot of shit.
someone else, I do, but someone else
She had
might
to
find
dig
her
deep for that one.
attractive. Like, you know what I mean?
What are we talking about?
I'm not gonna be like, yo, she's ugly as fuck. Nah, she ain't for me.
She ain't
So
for
is
me.
it like seeing something that's not there, like that mole on Dirk's nose?
I think I actually have like a little fucking birthmark there.
Yeah.
Not a mole.
I
said mole.
Fuck you.
No, but but it's also.
It protrudes a little bit. No kidding.
But it's also like, you know, starting from like a young age, you know, some kids develop more than other kids. In some form, that's body dysmorphia. 'cause
I know who you're talking about.
They can't stand to look at themselves because of the way they look.
Has your
because-
parents ever told you, y'all know who you think you are? You ain't shit.
Yeah.
Is that body dysmorphia to you now because you think you're less than what you actually are?
No, because I think it's more physical. Like the you ain't shit part is like, damn, I ain't nothing.
Well, when I think
it's
I
more
ain't
of like
shit,
it's
like
more
you're
of everybody
ugly,
talking
you're
about
not
how
what
you know you got a big forehead. Oh fuck.
Well, again,
So that's you get fixated, but it's to the point where I can't recover. So I wear hats all the time, or I look in the mirror and I'm fucking like covering it up, or whatever it might be. It's like to this extent that I cannot do my day-to-day life
okay,
because I'm so focused that every time you look at me, I'm like, you're looking at my forehead.
okay,
You know what I mean?
that makes sense.
So it gets in the way.
Okay, okay,
But it's not. But it literally could be like this pimple that I have here.
yeah,
Like it literally could change. It doesn't always have to be the same thing. If you have BDD, body dysphoria disorder, some shit like that, it literally
can you see shit
is-
that's not there?
Yes.
Ah.
So to me, I'm gonna see this blemish, and
That's
you're
what
like,
exactly.
I don't
I don't
see
see
shit.
it. Right, right, right.
But to me, I can't. I'm not going out. I'm
Do
staying
you
home,
do
I'm not
by
going
any
out.
chance? Do you know the statistics for guys and girls of body dysmorphia?
I no, but
Can
I
we-
feel like
let's look it up.
It
Let's look it
should
up.
be higher for.
What does Eddie Bravo say? Check.
You Google's?
Nah. He's like, yeah, no, I don't know, man. Check it. Like, go research it or some shit. He always like throws it back like.
look it up.
Yeah, he'll throw it
Yeah,
out like a
look it up.
fact. They'll be like, yo,
It's a
go
fact.
look it up.
Look
It's
it
a fact.
Prevalent.
But I just want to know
So it
if
affects 1.7 to 2.9 of the general population. So 1 in 50 people.
I don't know
Did
why,
this-
but I'm
But I
leaning
wanna
toward
know
men.
what
Split
the-
it.
can we
I don't know
tell?
why, but I'm leaning toward
I'm
males.
leaning more towards female
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
lean towards more female.
because like I also think that
we don't get
Bro,
But I
what are
also
the two?
think-
What are the
I
two
don't
things
think
I was saying and
talk
I
about
said it wrong?
That's why I'm saying I lean
like-
toward
For
men.
like
we
the
get-
eating disorder
Sorry,
and
go
stuff.
ahead.
Oh, bulimic and anorexia.
Those also I feel like would be part of body dysmorphia.
Ooh.
Yes.
Let's look
OCD.
at it.
I don't know what if it leads up to body
We
dysmorphia
can-
or is just also something you take into the.
We can make
The-
a list
the-
right
the-
now. What do men do? What do women do? Men do penis enlargement and abs. Women do breast, butts, abs, vagina.
Yeah, you want to talk about body
you know
augmentations,
what I mean?
bro?
But-
Women-
Kim
but that's
Kardashian's
what
ass
kill
look like a
themselves.
fucking diaper.
So
But how
body
many guys we
dysmorphia.
also know that thought they were just
Yo,
like,
look at
the
Kim
strongest
Michelle.
dude there?
I'm
Wait,
tired
body-
of these
she had to
fake
get the
asses.
surgery
That's what I was
for-
getting ready to say.
But even Cardi B, you saw
Even-
her
yeah.
ankles and shit.
You seen K
Ankles.
Michelle?
Her
She
ankles
has,
were swollen. Because
Oh
of
yeah,
all
yeah, I
the
saw that.
fucking-
Yep.
They told her don't fly.
K
Yeah.
Michelle has dents in her thighs because of ass implants.
That she got removed, right?
Thighs,
Yeah.
ass. Like,
She
what does
got
that make
removed
sense?
and she's like,
Yeah.
doing
I'm
it.
just tired. Listen, man. Listen, you're beautiful as you are. Somebody in the long run will love you for who you are.
Word.
Stop this bullshit with the whole
Word.
augmentations and stuff. Listen, I'm like,
But-
hold on. The difference is
But
like,
society puts that on us.
oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
I'm
And
tired. I'm
as men-
tired. Hold on.
Definitely.
I'm tired of all these magazines and shit. I ain't gonna
As
say no
men.
magazines, so you can't come after me. But I'm tired of you magazines putting all these skinny
Why are
women
you
that
pointing
are
at me?
that are struggling with
Y'all know
these
who y'all
disabilities
are.
and disorders where they can't eat or they regurgitate whatever the fuck they ate. That is not sexy
Healthy.
in the sense of it being healthy or the norm. No, the norm is a girl who can go sit down and eat a meal and hold it down.
Yep.
A girl that can sustain the life of a child.
I could eat a whole rack of ribs.
Yo, you know that big
No,
one?
I'm
You
just
know
hold on.
those
I'm
vegan
just saying I'm
ones?
tired of seeing all these certain models and shit that are fucking 96 pounds, 94 pounds at the age of 22,
But,
24.
Give me an
but
This
the
was
No
BMI,
examples.
She said.
that BMI,
Yeah, but the BMI
No, hold on
even
one second.
she's healthy.
No, she's not. Because
Nah.
even on the BMI, at the age of whatever and your height is whatever, you still need to be over 94 pounds. 94,
Yo, hold on.
94 pounds is for the size of a fucking adolescent.
Hold on. No. My BMI
No,
for being
we're not
but
talking
I'm
about your
saying,
BMI.
Irritable bowel
For
syndrome.
being
Pull it
5
up.
feet,
Pull it up.
I'm supposed to be between 95 pounds.
And
Once you're
And
90,
120.
95 isn't healthy though.
that's a
That
big.
right then and there, it's saying I'm
no.
a healthy
On,
weight.
on the BMI, the 95 is on the lower side of
Nope,
the healthy
it's
weight.
unhealthy.
Can't be. Guarantee it.
So 95 is unhealthy.
The BMI scale, hold on. First off, the BMI scale is 40 years out of date.
Yeah,
Let's
last
be
updated
real.
was
why
like
you
85.
referring to it?
She did. I didn't.
Why are you referring to it?
Because this is what doctors use
All right, let me see,
for
let me see, let
women
me see.
to say
Okay.
you need to lose
Can you
weight.
give me
Nah,
a better
man.
one?
No. That's still in the graph, no.
All right. So the BMI scale says for somebody who, how tall are you, Brian?
Can you?
5 feet.
4'11".
Bitch.
Oh, sorry. 5 feet. It says 5 feet for healthy. Which is
Underweight.
yellow. Says 130.
If you look,
No.
if you look,
Hold
they
on.
don't even have it
That-
on.
see what I'm saying?
They don't even have it on.
BMI calculator.
She's gonna find the chart
I'll
that
do it
agrees
right
with
now.
her.
Hold on. Now you're changing it. A calculator is different than the standard.
Yeah.
No, this is the standard. It's,
It's not.
using
It-
the BMI
Hold,
table.
Yo,
hold on,
look at
Derek.
how good
Let
you
her
just
do
showed
it.
me
Let
the
her do
BMI.
it. Let's see.
You just showed me the BMI table.
5-0.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Guys, close your eyes.
No.
Nah, just put something else in.
No, who cares? I don't give a fuck. So this is it, right? So the BMI table.
There's
here
the
it
table.
is.
You was at 31 point what?
So I was at 35.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm morbidly obese, according to this.
Oh.
So that's here, right?
Yep.
So I don't know how many inches is 5 feet.
I don't know. You want me to show you my dick size? I
60.
don't know. what you want me to
60.
do.
60.
5
So
times
for
12, girl.
60 Yeah. So for 60, right here, you see?
No.
For a BMI greater than 35, go to table 2.
Oh my
See,
God.
that's what I'm saying. It's two different tables.
Yo.
Go. Click it.
Click it. Click it.
Don't
Fuck
click it.
y'all.
This
I
is
know, I wanna
part
see
of the
it.
problem. This is part of the problem.
Shit, it's
Y'all
still
body
going.
shaming.
It's still
Stop
going.
it.
We're not body shaming. We're just trying to look and see what table 2 got.
Yeah. Is there a
Return
table
to
3?
one.
Is there a
No.
table 3?
No.
It's like the
This-
new.
this
It's like the
is
new
for
raid.
men
The
and
new
women.
raid. We need
Okay.
to see.
So how do you have a BMI
Yeah.
for men and women? Because I feel like
Wait a
they're,
second.
they're
They're the
different.
same?
They're the
'Cause
same.
We don't. Our anatomy's not the same. So
They're
how
the
come you have
same.
the same index?
They're the same. It doesn't matter, men
Right,
or women.
right.
They're-
Literally, they're saying that we're the same. There's no difference.
All right. So basically, what I'm saying, like I said, is the scale itself is
bullshit.
at least 40 years out of date,
Yeah, it's so bad.
or 30 years, some shit. Now, in general, whenever we talk about something in life, we take it situational. Like your case of depression is this, right? We don't ever put it on like, oh, this is the straight and narrow of depression. This is how it's gonna go, because everybody has different factors and shit that come in, right?
Right.
So when you talk about weight and shit like that, it don't make sense to go off the BMI, because technically, and Joe Rogan talked about it, and I refer to him so much because I watch his podcast so heavy. He said technically he is considered overweight.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan is probably the most fit motherfucker I've ever seen in my life at his age. The dude's pushing 50, weighs just under
What is
200 or around 200,
what does
and
she
is
need?
fucking jacked. Clean cut. Hold on.
Oh, go ahead, I got it.
She just wants somebody to hang out
In
with
it,
her.
yeah. Mommy, we only got a few more minutes. What robots?
You know, it's
What
crazy
robots?
because
Tell me.
they've been said that men are more superior than women, but we're still using the same chart.
No, it's for you.
Is there like a difference between women and men chart, or is it really the same
No,
chart?
it's the same exact
It's the
chart.
same chart.
So literally now these
There's
people,
only a difference for kids and for adults.
but what they're saying is that there's no difference between men and women.
No.
That's why Derek said it's bullshit.
It
Well,
is.
But
It-
not
it-
with those words.
Well,
But I'll say for him.
It is. It is. Oh, here we go. Male.
But it's the same exact thing.
If it doesn't say female, see, I told you it didn't matter.
Wow. Wow. So remember Corey said that? Not everybody.
I'm trying to get a bigger.
I love
like-
y'all.
All right, so let's come up off the scale thing. Let's go back to the body dysmorphia.
Go ahead, babe. Yeah, so the body dysmorphia, it says a higher proportion of people get cosmetic surgeries, cosmetic dental, like all that kind of, which makes sense.
Can you just look up the percentage between men and female?
That's what I've been
So
trying
I
to get
did, but nothing really came up. So
Okay,
statistics
so-
on body-
Because I feel it'd
So
be
if you look
surprising
like-
how.
You
many
think it's more men?
I just think it's
I
it's
think-
surprising.
Closer.
I think it's closer than we think it is.
No,
No, no, no, no. I think,
think-
I think it's probably
Here we
close,
go.
but I think
Here we go.
female.
Because
And I'm
Jay-
not.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Just barely.
2.2 and
Barely.
2.5.
Wow.
Yeah, makes sense.
Barely.
No, that makes sense.
Lack of muscular and
No.
largely affects.
Well, I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say,
yeah,
girls
'cause-
have much more to.
No, because
But
But
That's
the
why-
men focus on the
on
muscles.
James's point, exactly. James's point. Damn, I could be more cut. Damn,
Yeah.
I could be jacked. I could
So
be
do
heavy.
the work. We could do the
No,
work.
no, no, no,
It's
no.
way
Hey,
harder
no,
for
time
the
out,
women.
time out. No,
No,
because we.
like, that's
what do
where
we
the
chalk?
problem is.
We always chalk that up as the human syndrome or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But a man could go and get jacked. You know what I mean? Clean like fucking steroids and all that shit, and be like, damn, I'm fat, or damn,
Right.
I ain't jacked enough.
Right. Okay.
And then you end up with the motherfucking
And some people's
Yo,
bodies
yo.
just can't build muscle.
A
That's
girl could have her baby,
the dis.
lose all that baby fat that she
And
has,
still
and
feel
still
fat.
say, "Yo, I feel fat."
That's
It's
postpartum.
the same thing.
I think it's more postpartum, right?
Depends
And-
on the age.
Because if she didn't have that beforehand,
So what if the baby's 5?
I don't think you would.
It's not
And you-
postpartum, it's just
and
depression.
you got rid of it. And you got rid of it 5 years.
No, no,
think
no,
you'd be
no, no.
surprised by how many
Postpartum-
athletes
Postpartum
think that they're
stops
too
fat.
at
Or
like
models.
max 3
Yeah.
years old.
Oh.
If the kid's 3, it's no longer postpartum, it's depression.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say. Okay.
Because
okay.
your
So
hormones
don't-
then
don't-
balance.
we don't
But
wanna
it's
mix-
different if you breastfeed.
It's longer because the hormones are.
It counts as
transferring?
different. We're still working on the potty training thing. Yeah, but it's different because the baby's still giving you like their hormones and stuff, so your hormones aren't yours. So if you're not breastfeeding by 3, your hormones should be like balanced and in the sense that it's no longer because of the baby.
Is that
It might
too
be.
general?
That's what they say.
I feel like that's too general.
But that's what I'm saying is how do you draw the line between I was fine before I had a baby, now I have a baby, she's 5, now I only have depression.
That's what exactly what I'm saying, and it almost goes back to what you guys was talking about when I was in the bathroom.
Were you fine though?
She was able to deal. I don't know if that means
yeah,
fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know if that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was
Able
able
to
to
deal
cope.
and being fine is two different things.
Yeah.
But what I was getting ready to say is like when I was in the bathroom and Derek said about the whole depression thing and how people deal with it. You, me, and Derek, James,
Mhm.
me, and Derek come from the same exact environment.
Yeah. 3 different
Now
paths.
I don't know if I hold depression different than Derek does, but I drown myself in my depression.
Yeah.
So we came up from the same environment. We saw the
Yeah.
same shit, but shit just hit me way different.
I
don't know
think-
if it's
I think it
because
hits But it hits everybody differently.
Of
Yeah, I
course.
didn't think I had
Of
depression
course.
until recently. And it was because I was at my appointment and they asked the question. It was,
Yeah.
how often do I feel like pleasure doing things? And I was like, wait, what?
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
I masturbate like
I-
4 to 5 times.
But that's the
I
thing is,
don't
you wouldn't have
really.
known if you don't go to the doctor.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm
I
getting
usually
at.
just go through like
Hold
go
on.
through the motions,
That's what
I
I'm
guess.
getting
Guys, hold on. Let's stop this whole conversation. You ain't gonna be sneak dissing, motherfucker. Carry on.
That's exactly what I'm getting at because a doctor.
Some
had
of us are
asked
just
me
more
a
healthy than
question.
others.
A doctor
Knock
had
on
asked
air.
me a question, and about 2 months, that question that came up to family. I'm not gonna talk about what the discussion was.
Nope.
We all know what it is. However, when that question came up, I was like, "Oh, we all dealt with that differently.
Yeah.
I would have never had brought it up. I would have went to my grave with it. Nothing
Yeah.
would have ever came up. But some people might have thought it needed to come up, so that's why I didn't feel no way about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, that being said, at the same time, like I said, people deal with things differently. I don't know how to close this in full circle without saying, like, we went through the same things. Some people were able to deal with it better than others.
Yeah.
Some people needed somebody to talk to about it. But at the same time, we all went through it. We all dealt with it differently.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Maybe I held it. Maybe I held on it different than others. Maybe others held on it different than I did.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's in the light now, and there's really nothing I could do with it but live with it.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
is
I
there
mean?
is there anything for all 3 of you? Is there anything from that situation that you feel like impacted the way you view yourself?
I feel like I'm less of a man.
But do you think it's like a body dysmorphia kind of thing, or do you think it's like, it's more like a mental health kind of thing?
I think it hit me mental health.
It makes sense. But I feel like that's common with guys anyways, and that's why I'm surprised by this statistic, because I
That's
feel like
exactly the
a
same
lot
way.
of
Exactly. We hit the same.
a lot
yeah.
of men
Just
Yeah.
don't
wouldn't
talk
have
about it.
been like, no, he has bigger muscles than me.
So you
know what
gotta,
I mean?
you think it'd been a lot more on the women's side.
Yeah, I think a lot of more women are like, no.
Well, you gotta
my
realize-
ass is too small,
okay,
my
here's
boobs
the
are
thing,
too
here's the thing.
small.
This is only the men that came out and said something.
That's what I was gonna say.
Exactly.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's probably way higher.
I think so.
You never know.
But I think it's the same thing for women
But
too.
you'll never know
But I think
exactly.
it's
But
so
you'll,
norm
but
for women.
for the most part,
That
Can you
stuff
look-
is normal for men too.
Can you
though.
look?
no, it's not, because you'll never know the men that are taking it to their grave, like Corey said. In a sense, as men, what do?
No.
It's just,
But that's what I'm saying. It's more normal than we think it is.
But
Like,
wait, there's
yeah, for sure. No,
wait.
no,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. That's what
muscle
I'm agreeing.
muscle dysphoria is a variant of BDD.
Yeah,
but
of
hold
course,
on.
but it's
That's
still.
a broad term.
See,
is what
see,
that's
that's
I
what
gotta
we're
say-
that's what we're gonna get at because
Watch
as I
your
was gonna
drink, bro.
ask
Don't
you,
spill
that's what I was
shit.
gonna ask you.
Is it
Can you
empty?
look up? No. Can you look up what's the first thing modified on women compared to men?
Titties.
And then the men
Ass.
would be
Men will probably be their.
penis.
Nah, I think
Nah,
men
I
most
think
they
it's their
probably
face.
steroids or
I think
something.
it's their
Muscles,
It'd be
muscles,
muscles.
Ooh,
It'd be
or,
muscles.
but I think part of it
I-
might be penis.
I was thinking
No,
surgical.
because in the end you want to.
But if you know how to use it,
In the beginning, nah, that's not true, bro. That's not true. I'm tired of
a
hearing this
lot
shit.
of men.
No,
say
man.
That,
Yo,
though.
this
Time to hold on. I'm about to,
gonna do
He just said it
you know where I'm going?
because you got a big dick, so you just.
No.
Yo,
say,
Derek,
Whoa!
This
That's
doing
fine.
this
If
ain't
you
gonna
had a
do,
little dick,
this
you'd
ain't
be
gonna
like,
do nothing for no
I
female.
know how to use it.
Okay,
This
listen,
ain't gonna do nothing.
Time out.
How do you know
Time out. Listen.
How do I know that?
Because they say,
I'll show you the
hold
video.
on. They say what they say. It's not
It's
the
the
size.
burns.
It's not the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean. That ain't true.
Rock the
Because
boat.
if a motherfucker got a little butt
Rock
plug
the boat.
dick, that shit ain't gonna do nothing
Some
to
women
nobody.
like butt plugs though.
No, I'm saying like a little, like real small one. And that ain't a shot at nobody. I'm just saying if it is, like that's the scenario, what you got. A lot of people, a lot of time will supplement or what do you call it, overcompensate
Overcompensate, yeah.
with muscles, for sure.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to look physically good in the beginning and be like, maybe it won't matter as much if we get there.
Little sword, big man complex.
So a lot of it's a little man complex in a sense, but in the end, like a lot of time, they get jacked like steroids or whatever the fuck it is, and they be like, she gonna like me for my physical, like what I look
Yeah,
like.
look
I just
good.
thought of this. How many men do you think use money to compensate for that?
Oh,
body?
ton. Most.
A lot of ugly guys.
Most.
But I'm saying
That's what I say. You're,
Yo,
but time
yo,
out.
I
You're
feel
more. Hold on,
offended.
hold on. You're more. You're more likely to see a very good-looking chick with an ugly-ass dude that got money
Yeah.
than the other way around.
But that's
Yes.
but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is
Because
it's probably
Brian, how many times I tell you, you could fix if you have an ugly kid, an ugly son, you can buy him some dope-ass clothes and shit, and he can be alright.
And that would be ignored. Yeah.
But if you buy
Yeah.
an ugly, and I hate to fucking say this, but this is our society standard in America at least. If you buy an ugly girl some nice ass clothes, she's just an ugly bitch in nice clothes, bro.
Yo, let me
Are
go
we
spend a
even?
paycheck on
I
some
don't think
nice
we're
ass
talking
clothes.
about body
That's all I
dysmorphia
got.
anymore.
We're
We're
not-
talking about
we're
All I
compensation.
gotta say.
Yeah.
Alcohol. That's for alcohol. You go spend
Those
a check.
alcohols,
Look at
boy.
it.
Hey.
So guys, I'm
fucking-
just from here on, I'm
back
trying
to
to mute
back.
Corey's mic. We're just gonna,
I'm
we're
the
just gonna
worst.
cut his mic.
Yeah, you just killed me.
Let's turn off his mic.
Just yeah.
All right. So what were you saying, James, about the dysmorphia thing? Oh, we went off topic, but
Yeah, that's what that's all. I was just saying.
Wait.
Though. I think we were just talking about overcompensation.
Did
now.
you so a way to treat body dysmorphia is cognitive behavioral therapy. You guys know what that is?
no, tell me what that is.
So it's
talk
I
about
gotta
what's
pull
right?
it
I
with
up.
feel
you?
like we're doing that.
Maybe.
James.
because it's kind of like therapy, but it like helps them. It helps them cope with different shit, pretty much.
Sorry, Dart. I don't want to get you together.
So it's a talk therapy, a psychotherapy.
Okay.
So you work with the mental health counselor in a structured way. It helps you become aware of your negative thinking and aware of, the shit that's impacting
So you
you.
talking about what's right with you is what I'm assuming.
So they focus more on kind of where it started, what you see, and what I see. And what like people around you are seeing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So and then they give them tools to like, okay, so you're in a room full of people and you think that they're staring at your ass or whatever it is. What
First
do you
off,
do in that
don't be
situation?
looking at my ass. It ain't for you.
That's crazy because
So right here. So they manage the mental illness. They prevent relapse of that mental
Right.
illness. They learn techniques for coping, identify ways to manage those emotions, cope with grief, overcome emotional trauma and all that stuff. So I feel like it sounds kind of like therapy.
yeah, because that's what I was gonna say.
Like
That's
it
what
is
I'm-
therapy, but
That's
it
what I
sounds
was gonna
like,
get at because I remember when I took the medication that I'm on, and I went to the R&V, and I literally had a panic attack because how many people were there, and I felt like literally everybody was looking at me and plotting against me.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody in the R&V.
And
But I
nobody was
literally-
worried about you,
I
but in
literally
your
had
head.
a CBT myself.
So you mean he thought he just thought he was the shit.
Yeah.
No, I thought everybody wanted to attack the shit.
Get over yourself.
And actually, yeah, it was literally an anxiety attack. I had to leave the R&V. The next day, I had to go and do the same shit that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it literally stopped me from what I was doing.
Yeah.
But the way that I went back in there was like,
He smoked some weed
You know,
before he went in.
I went back in there and I said,
He forgot to smoke that day.
Yeah, actually, I did. The night that I had the panic attack or the anxiety attack, I said to myself, okay, this is what happened. This is what we need to do. I did what I needed to do, as I told myself. And the next day I went in there, I was in there like it was a normal day. Medication, I still took the medication. All right, the only thing I did different was smoke a joint before I went in there. But, you
Yeah.
know, I didn't have an anxiety attack, and I felt like nobody was looking at me.
Body
I feel like that was more on the cognitive behavioral therapy, not on the weed.
you talked yourself.
Yes, I
Out
talked
of it.
myself down. Yes.
Can you not
What? I'm sorry.
get off of Facebook?
Social media, dog.
Facebook.
Think Derek getting bored?
Nah. They
It's
gonna-
his ADHD, guys.
Bro, I don't give a fuck what no one say. Everybody got some sort of
Addiction.
attention problem
Deficit something.
of some
yeah.
sort.
Yeah.
So carry on.
And so with the body dysmorphia, eating disorders.
Phones didn't help with that either.
What eating disorders do you guys already
Hell
know
no.
about?
I know about. Is it bulimia? Bulimic? When you're bulimic?
Yeah.
Listen, it's coming from a motherfucker who I damn near said, what I'm gonna say yesterday? The blood thing.
The blood thing.
Yeah, when you have like low blood cells.
What did you do?
Anemia.
Anemia, yeah.
I don't know.
I was like, yeah, these bitches is
I don't know-
anemic.
I
And
don't
them
know if
bitches
that's
as
a- I
people,
don't know if
not
that's
women,
a
so
eating-
relax.
Eating disorder.
But so bulimic. Do you know?
Bulimic and anorexic.
Do you know what bulimic is?
Bulimic?
That's when you eat
Hold
and
on,
you throw
you-
up
Not fair,
whatever
it's
you
not
ate, right?
Hold on. So I did research. So that's what I had thought.
Time out. He's not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. But I was under the impression that bulimic was
You just can't hold down food.
no,
it's a
that you're
subconscious
forcing
thing.
yourself to throw up.
I thought
It's
they,
both,
they
right?
thought they were
It's
too
both.
So
Oh.
I thought.
No.
So I thought
They
you overate
they
to
overate.
throw up.
Oh,
That's what I
no,
thought
no.
bulimic was.
No, I thought no matter what
However,
it was.
bulimic was it's kind of binge eating. I'm gonna eat
Brianna,
as
so
much
then
as I
you were
can,
right.
but hold on, I'm gonna eat as much as I can. But the goal isn't to throw up.
Yeah.
Now I ate too much. I don't feel good, so now I'm gonna take laxatives to either shit or I'm gonna shove my fingers down my throat to get some comfort.
So
It's it.
bulimic
in
is
the
also
long
the
run,
shitting.
Hold on. Let me correct you before you say it wrong again. You were correct in the sense of the layman's term. Your thought process was you thought they overate
to throw
To
up.
throw
to
up.
throw up. The to throw up part might not be right. But you were right
They-
in the general part
yes,
of
they
they
do overeat and
which
then throw
causes
up.
them to have to throw up.
Yes.
So hold on, the taking the.
See, I thought
laxative
bulimic was you ate,
as
and
part of
because you ate,
bulimia?
you threw up.
Yes.
That's
they
what I
take
thought.
the
I thought it was true.
laxative to like
Flush
shit
out the
their
whole
brains
So
out.
system.
so
yeah.
bulimia isn't just throwing up; it could
No.
also be the shitting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just to clear out the
Okay.
system.
Anorexia is not
Okay, not
eating or like
skinny,
minimizing. So like they'll drink like small amounts of water. They spray like mint spray in their mouth, like those kinds of shit.
Okay, I'm a little dumb here.
Yeah.
What is
only
this? What do both bulimia and anorexia have to do with?
body
here?
dysmorphia.
Body
Yes.
dysmorphia.
So I think I'm fat. So now
You think
I,
you're fat?
I'm saying.
Oh,
As a bo-
I'm,
well, I
I
do
thought it
think
was
I'm fat,
literal.
but
I thought
anyway.
it was literal.
So
Let's not go there.
So it literally is, you know, I think I'm so fat that I need to do something to correct this. So I'm either gonna stop eating because that's why I'm fat.
Right.
So now I'm anorexic. I'm not gonna eat, and to me, I look in the mirror, I still look fat, even if I'm 90 pounds soaking wet.
You can be big and anorexic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of times, anorexia looks like it. You know, it's more skinny. They're
Yeah,
underweight.
right.
It's because they've probably been dealing with it
Bulimic-
for so long.
But bulimic people can actually be
On the bigger side.
no, they can actually be like healthy weight.
Okay.
But
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah,
they
yeah.
maintain that.
Yeah, that's how they stay where
But
they're
to
at.
them, they're obese. So
But
that's
you're-
why they do it.
but you're
And
not.
that, so in the long run, I think it goes from like it could be anemic,
Anorexic.
anorexic. See, I did it
yeah.
again. It could be anorexic, which some cases could lead to bulimic,
Yes,
which could both coincide with
Anorexia.
body dysmorphia.
Body
Body.
dysmorphia.
Okay.
But there are also
Oh my
other
God,
eating
confuse me.
disorders.
Can you do me
Oh,
a
that'd be-
favor?
hold on.
You're what?
Can you look?
Pour you
can
another shot?
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I'm
What did
right.
you say?
Oh,
There's what?
I'm not talking because I'm not interested. I'm just learning. Can you look up
Sex on the beach. It's
no,
a drink.
people who overeat because they feel they're too skinny?
Ah.
That'd be a dysmorphia.
So,
too.
and
That'd be
Right,
body
but what is
dysmorphia.
that called? Because
So-
I pretty
It's binge eating. That's
So-
a diet.
so
that's
can
No.
you-
He said people who think they're fat, they eat more because they feel they're too
they
skinny.
think they're skinny.
yes, it's literally binge eating disorder.
So it's not bulimic.
Also,
No.
they eat so much
They
more
eat
because
so
they feel
much.
they're too
They
skinny.
eat so many more calories
they
because
think
to
they're
them
skinny.
they're so underweight.
Yeah.
So can you be
'Cause I feel that's not,
anorexic and
like,
bulimic?
We don't talk
Talk
about that
about too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You're either or. So anorexic, I do not eat.
Oh, you don't eat.
You don't eat. Bulimic, I eat so much that I need to
Skin-
throw
So
up.
if I'm
Eskimo
anorexic,
kiss.
I
Nah,
can't.
microphone.
That one time that I decide to eat, I
Hello,
can't eat myself
microphone.
into bulimia.
No,
Is that the right word? Bulimia.
no, because you have so much like they literally could smell food and be like,
Oh my
That's
God, that was
3,000
that
calories,
was
I can't do
600
it.
calories that I smelled.
and then they feel so guilty and so they skip the next meals.
Makes
Even
sense.
if it was like a freaking teaspoon of water, they're not gonna do that anymore.
Okay.
There's no calories in water, is there?
I don't
But
think
to
so.
them,
I'm
it's
pretty sure
still
there's calories in
water
everything.
weight.
0 calories in this is
But
salsa
it's not
water.
even.
Because
but
I'm pretty
it's
sure
like
calories
water
just
weight and
equals
stuff.
the energy in
Yeah.
food.
But
you
there
get- yeah,
there
you
are
get-
other eating disorders.
R-
So like they have the binge eating disorder, which I mean
Doesn't
I feel
fall
like
into
I do.
bulimia.
No, I mean part of it probably could because bulimics do binge eat,
That's right. That's why I was asking that.
but then they throw up. But
Right.
binge eating, I think they literally just eat so much and then
That they don't
they
throw
just kind of
up
like
and,
chill and
yeah.
like don't exercise or
Okay.
whatever. But there's one called rumination.
What's that?
So they.
Is
so
it
gross.
room or rumination?
Ruminate.
rumination.
Is it ROO or RU?
RUM.
Rum.
Not being that guy 'cause we had that conversation.
Anyways,
yesterday.
Pretty sure it has to do with the food.
It literally, they eat the food, chew it, swallow it, regurgitate it,
Oh, to do
and
it again?
either chew it and swallow it again,
Oh,
or
give it to their
sometimes
baby?
they just spit it out.
Oh.
What?
Ooh.
So
That's an eating disorder, and it like literally burns their esophagus because it's throw up.
Right.
Ruminate basically is just means within the stomach.
Yeah.
So
But then there's
That's-
also one that I think a lot of people don't
Never
talk
heard
about is orthorexia.
Okay.
So basically,
Mouth.
you're so obsessed with eating healthy that you're actually, it's an eating disorder. Like some people are so focused on, I can't even look
vegans,
at
I told
that
you
cake,
you were wrong.
You know what
Bro,
I mean?
Something wrong
Give
with
me
you, I
the
knew it.
banana, man. I need that potassium.
I knew
Like
there was
that?
something
You know
wrong
what I
with
mean?
vegans.
But
I knew it.
to think of it that way is, it's not just negative. You know,
Okay.
you look amazing and you exercise all the time and you're eating healthy, but there's an eating disorder because you physically, it's affecting your ability to live. You can't even come out for a drink with me because
You don't think it's healthy, or
you don't think it's healthy, or you can't miss your gym session.
So he's
tonight,
trying to
or-
be positive, but it causes the negative.
Yes.
Oh, so it's the people who
Okay.
do CrossFit and are vegan
Yes.
that have a problem. Okay, I'm sorry, normal vegans.
This guy's over here taking out 2 shots.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean it's fucked. That's crazy though, because I always heard of yeah. There's a charger
Yeah, no charger.
Way over there.
right here.
But I think it's pretty much we covered everything,
Yeah,
right?
we're wrapping up.
What about the
Um,
robots?
No, we're not talking about no robots right now. All right, well,
Yeah, hold on, because he brought up robots.
get
I have
out.
to
You're in
ask.
front of the camera.
Sorry.
You have 4%.
I have to
Finish real
ask.
quick.
Do you guys think AI should have rights?
We're gonna leave on that note. We're
Corey,
not touching that
touch the
shit.
camera.
We're not touching that shit.
Corey, touch the camera.
That's evil.
That what? What did he say?
You good?
Yeah.
He said, "Do we believe that AI should have rights?"
Okay.
We're
Maybe
gonna
that'll be
save
our
that
next
for another
topic.
time. I don't know about next topic or whatever, but we'll come back to that. All right. With that all being said,
Today was fun.
we gave our take on a lot of the stuff that we were talking about. I personally, maybe we could look more into like the laws and stuff that are coming out with the abortion thing. And
There's
what-
just so many of
it's,
them.
Scary
it's,
times. That's
it's
scary.
each state is coming up with so many different regulations and shit with it. Only thing I know is that a lot of them all agreed on the same thing. Any doctor that is found or caught participating or
Yeah.
practicing abortions, 99
Yeah.
years
And they-
minimum in jail.
Is that
And they
including
all
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts hasn't
No.
passed a law like that.
But they
Massachusetts,
all
let's do this right, please.
they all
Oh, I'm not worried
exclude
about it.
rape and incest as a means for abortion.
Yeah.
They
So
don't
it's-
care.
doesn't
Oh, so
matter.
don't
It
care.
doesn't
Still
matter.
have to have
you still
that
have to have a
baby.
child.
Okay, so Governor, what happens if it's your daughter?
Oh shit.
Woo!
All right. So on that note,
Whose baby did they
stop.
protect them?
Stop talking.
Oh,
I fucking hate you
Alrighty.
so much. On that note, this has been the With All Disrespect podcast. We're streaming across all these platforms. Make sure to subscribe, follow, like,
share.
share. We will also put all of our Instagrams at least on our bio and stuff. We're still adding things on as we go,
Figuring
working
everything
things out, figuring it out. Corey wants to say something.
Leave your names. I'll give you a shout out.
Oh, for sure. We always are looking forward to seeing more people in there,
Yeah.
being more interactive in whatever
And we want
chat
your-
you're in.
Yeah, and we want your take. You know what I mean? We want your opinion
Insight,
so we can kind of feed off of that because what we're saying.
That's just our take. So
Yeah.
like, if you
And-
give
and
us
give
questions,
us
and stuff-
topics. Sorry, Derek. Give us topics.
Yeah. What do you guys
we
wanna
got to
hear
do
next
more polls, maybe. Like I said, we're just starting out, so we'll probably start giving you guys 3 or 4 topics to pick
Yeah.
from, and then whatever one wins, the one we run with, or something like that. But I hope you guys are enjoying it, and even if you're watching it after we stream it live,
Exactly.
just come. We just want to really
Like,
hear your takes on it.
comment.
Listen, the last video I was in there almost all week looking at
Yeah.
comments that I
Watching it,
might have
yeah.
not seen. So we're looking forward to hearing from you guys and all that stuff, family, friends, all that, even people we don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
this is we're doing this because it's something we all feel strongly enough, at least, to
Yes.
want to continue it. We're not looking for any sort of compensation or anything like that. This is just for fun to have the conversation and shoot the shit along with each other, be it other
To
people.
learn, to do research.
And same thing, we're back at the same. We're
Every
more than open to having people that we know come on, and we talk about whatever their strong suit is or something that they're interested in.
Exactly. And if you're interested, you don't have to comment. You can always
No,
send us a
just
message.
shoot us
send
a
us a text.
message,
Like,
yep. It
whatever
whatever
it is.
platform you have us on, just shoot us a
Whatever
message
you're
and we can talk
comfortable
about
with, let us know.
Yeah.
Or if you're not comfortable and you don't want us to use your name, but you have an opinion, message us. We say it, anonymously.
Yeah, man, we could come up with a little phrase or something that we throw out, so we shouting you out or talking about your subject.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like I said, this has been the With All Disrespect podcast.
Are our followers called Waddles?
Oh my god, the Waddlers. No. Okay, so yep. You can follow me on Instagram, drock208. That's probably all I'll add you guys on though.
Yeah. I won't add anybody on anything.
So why you on?
You can
I
add
have
me
most of
on.
them.
You can add me on Instagram at I'm in love with Mary Jane, and on Twitter with Chicken Grease Lips. I hope you guys all enjoy your weeks.
Chicken grease lips. You heard that.
I don't give out my information.
Another question. Why are you on then?
Hold on.
But I will say this though: it's okay to let somebody know that you're not okay.
Oh,
Yes.
for
Definitely,
sure.
it is okay to let
Yes.
somebody know you're
I'll
not
leave you
okay.
with that.
And it's okay to be sad.
Oh man, for sure.
And if you need help coping,
Talk.
Reach.
talk to,
okay
talk to
to
people.
talk.
It's not a sign of weakness in the
It's
sense
not.
needing help or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Really.
yeah, I said what I said earlier, but that's my own personal feelings about that specific topic.
And it's more of
I know mental health is an issue for everybody. I know
Exactly.
depression is a issue for everybody, and the only way to get past it is either figuring out the right way to deal with it. There are certain ways to
and the only way you're gonna do that is by talking,
talking, or even like some people is meditating and things
writing,
like that. It works, man.
singing,
Music,
art,
there's things
being
that
on
get you
our
through it.
podcast.
Right.
Listen, man, just live life and love life, man. Live in the moment, live in the here
Yes.
and now. Don't think too heavy on your futures and shit like that, man,
Yeah.
because you're gonna go crazy eventually.
Focus on the positive.
Just focus on being a better person than the day before.
Two of those rights were like right, like as in incorrect. One of those rights was like write it down.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
This has been the With All Disrespect podcast. We love you. We out.